There we are, boys. Welcome. Wow, look at Brad. I don't know. I don't. Wow. Oh, wow. A lot of stuff happening right here. Look at this.
I'm trying to match my mustache. See, now I got the axe and I got the mustache.
We got Lumberjack Brad, and that was a beautiful intro, Rob. That was very vampiric. A little bit,
It was out of focus, but
But I feel like that looked almost intentional.
oh yeah,
It'd
totally.
be funnier if you had a chair that you could have been like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Guys, welcome as always. We have Brad, the DC Universe geek legend, one of the original DC action figure reviewers, and I still think one of the best.
Stop it.
One of the best guys. And Brad, we're
Hey,
all
Brad.
excited to see you turning out new content, by the way.
Yeah.
Do you wear a Canadian tuxedo a lot in Canada? That was
I wish I could actually. I don't have a denim jacket, otherwise I probably would.
Oh,
It would
I thought
match
that
my
was a dirty
mustache, too.
joke.
no.
No, Canadian tuxedo is denim pants and a denim jacket.
That's
Yeah.
right, Levi's, you
And a
know.
mullet if you got one.
Oh, that would be bitching.
It is. You ever seen, how majestic it is when you see a guy flick his mullet over his shoulder while wearing a Canadian tuxedo?
I mean, that's the whole vibe.
There's
That's the
nothing
whole
like
vibe.
it. Nothing like it.
Also, Rob D Toys, also handsome Rob, the best looking action figure photographer.
It's true. That's why everyone
Still.
comes here.
Look at him. Look at him go. Look at that face, guys. That's the face.
The face that everyone's mother
That's
loves
face. Yeah,
and wife
exactly.
and sister, probably brother too.
And guys, let's say hello to the fine folks in the chat. Josh from before. We got Josh out there.
Rip
We got
Rocket.
Ryan. Seth. We got Rip Rocket Photography, another
Hell yeah.
Canadian friend out there. Look at that.
Yeah.
Kev's Collectibles. Got some fine friends in the chat today.
Yeah.
Here we are. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about tonight. We got
There are
some
fun show.
DC movie news. We got lots of action figure news. Stuff that just dropped like literally hours ago.
Yeah.
You know.
Surprise.
Didn't even see that coming.
Yeah.
Nope,
No.
nope.
I mean, it's February 1st, and they already hit us with like
Yeah.
new $100 bundle. Like, God
That's
dang,
all you
you're not
paid?
skipping a beat. You
That's
know.
all you had to pay was $100.
No. I'm sorry. It was
Let's see.
140, I think, shipped.
Remember
Yeah, mine's 2-something shipped.
Yeah.
remember when it was like 2 weeks ago and it was like, okay, we only have 2 weeks until February.
Yeah.
And now it's like the first of the day of the month. It's
Yeah.
like,
Hey, man.
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the 2-pack for Bizarro and Bat Zorro is going to drop this month.
Oh, that already dropped, isn't it? Isn't it already up for pre-order on Target?
BVS
No,
is
I mean,
gonna
it's-
drop.
What I mean is, it's gonna the 2-pack is gonna start shipping.
Oh shit!
Look at the date on it; it should be shipping soon.
I love this comment from 1 Minute of Pop Culture. Rob is the kid your mother's friend was praising. That's right.
That's true.
Absolutely. Why can't you be more like your friend Rob? You know?
Yeah, you can have Rob over for a sleepover. You can't have
Yeah.
the other guy,
No one
Mike.
else. Yeah.
Mike
Brad,
was cracking.
Ahsoka. Anyways, sorry, Rob. I know we give you a hard time, buddy. By the way, Rob and Brad did not tell me it was mustard colored shirt day on the DC
Sorry.
Infinite Hour. So,
I
Great
should have
minds
wrote
think alike.
Disneyland on the front of mine.
you know, unbelievable. Oh, we got some from Brazil.
Nice.
Hello, from Canada
Yeah.
to you in Brazil.
Let's see. It was the 1st of February, 14 days till Valentine's Day. Brad, Rob, do you guys have gifts picked out? What's the
No.
situation like?
I don't do Hallmark holidays.
No?
I like to buy my wife flowers or just things. My love language is gifts, but I like to do it randomly when she's not expecting them. And then Valentine's Day, I'm like, you can honk on Bobo. Unless, of course, she's not expecting me to do Valentine's Day, and then I do.
I just had an image of you popping out of a closet with flowers. Like surprise. You
No,
know?
the flower, it's like a jock strap of flowers.
I'm sorry, that
And
escalated
it's
quickly, Rob.
single rose in my mouth.
All right, guys.
Valentine's Day.
Try to get that image out of your heads tonight.
Oh yeah, just
I wish we had a
imagine
sketch
that.
artist here who could draw like the stuff we talked about. Anyways, Rob, what about you for Valentine's Day, buddy? Anything you want for Valentine's Day? Anything?
We don't really
Mrs.
do
D
much
Toys?
for Valentine's Day.
No?
Yeah.
Like, the kids take up a lot of our time, so like we rarely go on dates. I try to, like Brad, I like to give little gifts when you're not
Yeah.
expecting it. And
Yeah.
I usually give flowers, but I am allergic to most flowers.
Yeah.
Anytime flowers are in our house, I am just sneaking away.
You do have some allergies. You do have some allergies, buddy.
Yeah,
Hope allergy season isn't too harsh for you this year.
it usually is.
Valentine's Day's gotten bigger here, though. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like it was always like you could buy like a little stuffy and some flowers and stuff like that. They put out the expensive 12 roses, like dozen roses Lego set as an end cap. And there's a
Jesus.
bunch of them in my Walmart.
That's
Right?
intense.
And that's not a cheap Lego set. Right. So they put those out. Walmart has all these like end caps for Valentine's Day. And I don't ever recall walking through Walmart close to Valentine's Day and seeing quite so much Valentine's Day tat. They're going hard this year. They're
Yeah.
like, let's milk the teat of this
Hey.
Hallmark holiday for all we can.
Now, is Valentine's Day still considered a pagan holiday, or where are we at with Valentine's Day? Is
Aren't
that
they
gonna
all?
be cool? I don't know.
Aren't they all really? Even Christmas technically is, right?
My favorite thing is like the pop culture days now, where you got like Batman Day,
Yeah.
Harry Potter
yeah.
Day.
I
I
fuck
feel
that
like
up
that's a little
every year.
much. You
It
know what I
is.
mean?
I never
Yeah.
remember that. And I'm like, I suppose maybe I
Well,
should.
Superman Day, I always remember because it's my wedding anniversary.
Oh,
And don't they have Superman celebration at the same time, or is that a different time?
I think
Metropolis,
that's the
Illinois.
same time, usually.
Yeah.
I love Batman's comment for V-Day. We'll treat my toys
Yeah.
to a nice dusting.
Now
You know-
that is a heartfelt gift.
Dude,
right
so many
there.
people ask me when I post shots of my collection, like, what about dust?
Yeah,
Like,
I dusted recently for the first time in like years.
Right?
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know what's
Yeah.
fun when you dust? They go from being like a dull,
Yeah.
the colors are all dull, to all of a sudden they're bright, and you're like, man, why didn't I do
Yeah.
this sooner? And then you
Yeah.
get halfway done dusting, you're like, that's why I didn't do it sooner.
Yeah. but
That's
it's
why I
horrible.
try to keep
Lucky
mine all
task.
in cases. Don't really get dust, but like up
Yeah.
on top they do.
Yeah. All my figures are covered in dust. I have to do it every year.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Is there an earthquake where you are?
No, guys. The camera's getting a little wobbly.
Is it
Yeah.
drunk? Go home, camera. You're drunk.
Sorry. Anyway, I didn't mean to be so distracting. But yeah, guys, I do have a new camera angle. Thanks for noticing, Josh. I just trying something different. I gotta get my lighting in order. But
I love that mirror.
Oh yeah, dude.
That is a beautiful backdrop behind you. I want that Batmobile, not yours specifically, but that one.
Bro,
What is
this
it?
I know.
thing, that's the Jazz Inc. Batmobile. I grabbed it, but I'd probably drop
Now,
it.
is that a
that's
third
fine.
party?
No.
Okay.
That's an
That's
expensive
licensed
party.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's licensed for sure.
It is phenomenal though. It is
I
like
would love it. What? And it's in scale with what?
I like Mezco, like 6-inch
Okay.
toys. Yeah. It's unfortunately I think they primarily focus now on hot toy sized vehicles.
That's
Like-
too big.
I know it's
That's
too
too
big,
big
it's
for
too
me.
expensive. Like this was expensive. This retail for 600. I think I got a
Yeah.
lot less, but
I wonder if
I
you could
wish they'd-
still find it.
you can,
on-
you can.
I've
I bought
looked
the,
for
like,
it, Rob. It is disheartening to see how much money it is now.
Is it north of 1,000?
No, I got mine for
No,
400 actually.
I've seen it for 800. Around
Yeah,
800.
I got lucky. It had been on this eBay guy's page for a while, but
I've never
Mm.
spent that much, so that would be like new territory for me.
Rob, those are rookie numbers, bro. Come on now.
I want to get a 1/10 scale, so a McFarlane scale Batman v Superman Batmobile, because
Oh, you know it's coming.
I've started arranging my shelf upstairs because I for those of you who don't know, I'm one of the lucky few that I keep my collection like everywhere in the house, except for the living room and the kitchen. But the kitchen's not exactly true. I got a Superman hanging from the chandelier, but I've got one room where I'm starting to put my Batmobiles and then the Batman that accompanies them in the proper scale.
Ooh.
Right. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I've got a Batmobile to go with my Mezco, but I need one that's in a slightly bigger scale to
Yeah.
go with the McFarlane Batman v Superman Batman as well. So I'm trying to find the perfect Batmobile. I know that, what is it? Iron Studios does one or whatever.
Yeah, they did one. I mean, Mattel
And that's
has
Batman v Superman.
Excuse me. Oh god.
Mattel did like a couple.
They didn't do BVS. They did Justice League.
Yeah.
Justice League. And I don't want that big cannon on the top.
I know. It's still pretty dope, but yeah, it's not as
If I
big for McFarlane. It's coming.
I like my Batmobiles to be symmetrical
Yeah.
if I can. Yeah, well, the big cannon on top is like, oh, Batman's got a cannon. Like,
I don't mind
prefer,
the asymmetrical. That's why I love that Dr. Fate helmet from the movie. You
Yeah.
know?
which I hate. Isn't that
See,
funny?
and I loved it.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember we had this conversation
Yeah.
at the time, and you
I
were like,
liked
"I
it
love
too.
that helmet." Like,
Rob,
what
when
year
do you
is it?
chime in on symmetry?
I'm an artist, so I do both. Like it's either or. It doesn't matter to me. Like I find things that are asymmetrical beautiful, and I find things that are symmetrical beautiful. It doesn't.
Wow. You find Mr. Rogers beautiful.
He's my
Yeah.
screensaver. He reminds me that he's proud of me,
Nice.
and he loves me just the way I am.
All right, guys, we delved into symmetry, Mr. Rogers. I don't know where this conversation is going to take us tonight.
Who knows? Why don't we
You know?
start with the first topic, though?
Oh,
Why don't
yeah.
What's the first topic?
Rob, wait, Brad, what are you trying to get me to move along? That's usually my job to.
I'm the ADD one, right? You're usually,
Unbelievable. Yeah, I'm the usual, like, hey, guys, we got to move along.
for you guys
All
at
right,
home that don't
guys.
realize it, these guys have to rein me in because my ADD just gets so bad that they're like,
No. But
okay.
But that's part of your charm, though, buddy. That's why we love you.
Oh, well,
All right,
appreciate
guys.
that.
First, a bit of news from the world of DC Studios. We have our new Supergirl. Brad, please. Let's talk.
Well, no, I mean, I'm the one that's probably the least qualified to talk about Mrs. Alcock here because I never saw her in House of the Dragon.
Oh, really? You're not House of Dragons fan?
I never even saw Game of Thrones. I was going to watch it, and then the last season sucked ass, and I was like, well, I can't do it now.
Bro, you can dive right into House of Dragons without skipping a beat. You don't need to have seen any of Game of Thrones. Like, it really stands on its own.
I will say I have no idea what her acting chops are like.
She's great. Yeah,
I will say that I feel like what's happening with the current DC universe is, for the most part, I feel like they're trying to cast people that look classically like the characters.
Yeah.
And I like that. I'm there for it. I prefer that all along. I have a hard time when they don't. And so this is great. I feel like he knows what he's doing, and they've casted somebody who is probably going to do a really great job. And I think she'll look the part fantastically. And, I just everything else remains to be seen, though.
I agree with you. Well, so I love Sasha Calais.
She wasn't my first choice. I'll tell you that.
Know.
She was my second choice.
Who was your first choice?
The other one. Remember there was the two in the front?
That's right.
The other one was my first choice, who I know nothing about as well. I just thought she looked better. Like looked more like the classic Supergirl.
I feel like I love House of Dragons, and she was great in that. So just based on that, I'm excited for this. The other young lady, I wasn't familiar with her work, sadly. Rob, chime in there.
Blonde Supergirl.
Yeah. What's up, Shiz? Yeah, I have not watched this season yet, so I don't know how she is acting wise. I think she looks beautiful. She looks like Kara.
Yeah.
She looks young, so that's a plus. Like,
No, in this story, she's 21.
Right.
Yeah.
If they're adapting that story, she's 21 because she was at a place under a red sun having a drink, trying to get drunk.
Yeah.
Trying to get a buzz.
Too much. I still have to read it. It's a
great story. You're missing it.
I have it right here, literally, in the back. I have to get to it.
But, you're missing a great story still. You got to
just
put that in the can and read it while you're taking a dump. Oh wait, that's bad. Then you get hemorrhoids.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't want to go down that path. But yeah, she looks the part. I mean, so far he's casted like literally how they look at the comics.
Yeah, I mean, like if you think back to all his other casting, even with like Marvel stuff, he does a phenomenal job. Like, what is it, Brad?
Nothing. Someone was banging on the door.
Oh,
I was like, "Why is
I
no
thought
one?"
You were like,
it?
You wanted to say something.
No, that's just a Bradism right there. I didn't even skip a beat. I just saw him doing something in the camera, just doing his thing. I knew it was directed at Rob.
I mean, I think
it was just Brad being like, just like it's part of the show. You know what I mean? If Brad brought out jackhammer right now, started jackhammering, I would be like, oh yeah, let's just continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, buddy.
I was just gonna say, like, I think he did a phenomenal job with like everybody in the past, like even people that I didn't necessarily believe in. He somehow made it work because obviously he saw the vision and I didn't. So I have faith in him. She does look like she would be the youngest looking Supergirl that we have to date.
Yeah.
So.
Now she does look really, really young there. They made like that, but when you see her Instagram, she doesn't look as young as that. She definitely looks older.
Okay.
There's a comic that is based on
Yes.
Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
Accurate gingers in the DCU. Let's do it. Let's
Man,
do
we
it.
don't go that far. We can't have more gingers out there.
That's right. We have to discriminate against somebody.
Hey, come on, Brad.
The gingers might as well.
Jeez.
Ginger
We got-
kids.
we got a ginger Jimmy Olsen. I can't believe it. You know.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. That was that the only bit of a DC casting. I think.
I think that was it for the
Yeah.
casting news.
I think so. I think he's been
I'm-
teasing a lot, and James Gunn on Threads about they're getting ready to shoot. So I mean, I would imagine, gosh, by the end of February, maybe sometime mid-March, we'll see the suit if they're going to start doing like actual
Yep.
shooting.
So
And
you
I'm
think Underoos?
It's so hard to know,
Underoos?
man.
I think he's going to try his best to incorporate the Underoos without them looking like
Yeah.
Grease. You know what I mean? I think he's going to try to incorporate the color
Oh.
palette of the yellow and the red in the midsection without them necessarily being briefs.
I say just go full on. Like,
Well, I'd love that too. I'm just saying I'm not sure if he'll go that far. I think he's
Yeah.
going to try to appease everybody.
I don't know. I feel like he might go that far just because he's been hinting so much about Grant Morrison's run being a big influence, and like just the way Superman looks in that is so
Yeah.
classic and so just
Mm.
he really leans into the Underoos and the whole look of Superman. I don't know. You're right though, Brad. It's hard to
Well,
know
yeah,
where he's
Here's
gonna
an idea. Here's an idea. Maybe he'll start with the Underoos, and then because you know how he changes the suits like
Yeah.
with each movie. Maybe that's what he'll do with Clark. Maybe he'll start with the Underoos, and then by the end of the third movie, because let's face it, everything's a third movie now, right? Trilogy. Maybe he won't be wearing the Underoos for a chunk of the movie, and then finish off with the Underoos again. You know what I mean? Like maybe he'll have a special suit that doesn't have the Underoos for a
It's
while.
very possible. It's very possible.
It seems
Although
like something he might do.
this is not an origin story. They don't go
Right.
No,
into the origin
no.
at all. So
Heck no. Good.
it's hard-
Good.
I like a little bit of it though. I love a little bit of
Well,
Krypton. You know
no,
what I mean? Just a tad.
Well, just because
Yeah.
it's not an origin story doesn't mean they won't like touch on it for
Yeah,
like
that's true.
2 minutes, 3 minutes. Like they'll probably say, it could be the narrative could be, what if it's from Jimmy Olsen's perspective or Lois's, right? She's
Well, that'd be
typing.
interesting.
right. She's
Yeah,
like, we've
like,
all heard
the
it
one
before,
thing that I
alien,
always-
another planet.
hate is when they back monologue it type thing like they did in the Justice League, or not the
That's-
Justice League, Suicide Squad, where she's like running down like the files and then you see like
Yeah.
the character.
Yeah.
I never like that. I think it's tacky.
I feel like they're going to do that.
It's forced, it seems.
I think they'll show it, but I feel like they'll do it. I feel like they
Yeah.
will. My money's on them doing it because you can't not have it. Because just in case you get new viewers, even though we believe everyone knows who Superman is and where he comes
Yeah.
from and all that, they'll probably touch on it for like a very short time.
Yeah, they should, right? But you have to always approach it like this could be someone's first Superman movie.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, a kid. And James Gunn is going to try to get the kids. And I hope that he does. I hope this is a movie that everybody likes because let's face it, Marvel has been doing very well with the kids, right? Their Valentine's Day Valentines, their lunch boxes, their bed sheets, their t-shirts. Kids always have them, but ain't no kids wearing DC. So
That's a good
I feel
point.
like
That's a
James
good
Gunn-
point.
yeah, James Gunn knows this. If we know this, then James knows this. And I feel like he's a smart man. He knows what he's doing.
He does. He does. Well, I'm most curious about the tone of this universe. Like, is it going to be like more like, I don't know, more serious than what we've been getting? Is it going to be like a good mix of both? Is it going to be, the last few DC movies have been leaning very heavily into the shticks, into a little bit of like, a little bit forced comedy, I feel.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, like, is he going to set a tone for this, like, of how it's going to be? Like, is it going to feel like Richard Donner, like freaking beautiful vistas and like a very, you know what I mean? Like they're taking it seriously,
Yeah, I feel like the Superman movie. I'm just gonna call it. I feel like as an overall Superman movie, I feel like it'll be one of the best ones we've ever seen, for sure. And then on top of that, I feel like he's no slouch so he'll know. Okay, well, this is what the tone should be for a Superman movie,
Yeah.
and this is what the tone should be for a Batman movie, right? So I don't feel like a Batman movie will be overly quippy, and if it is, if there are quips, if there is humor, right, it'll be like Robin.
Yeah.
Like it won't be Batman. Whereas Superman, I feel like James Gunn by this point knows the character of Superman enough that Superman will have, of course, Superman humor is a mark of the Man of Steel, right? He's always made little quips and jokes, so I feel like we're going to see those for sure. But I think he's also going to have a really good element of danger. I just trust him. He writes good stories, so I feel like the tone is going to be very good.
Even in Guardians 3, right? He did a great job of mixing in action with like comedy, also heartbreaking stuff with the animals. Spoiler alert! Like we all saw it, right? Like it was pretty. I got pretty emotional at some of that stuff. Like
it was great. Yeah, no, the guy. That's what I mean. The guy. I feel like he's in the same way that I feel like Zack Snyder is a master visually, like with his shots, right?
Yeah,
I feel like he's a master. I feel like James Gunn is a master at big popcorn flick storytelling.
That's one thing I loved about Zach, though, just the style of it. I love movies that have a style.
Visually.
Exactly, like a visual style.
And the color grading and the whole bit.
Yes, exactly. Like something very intentional that makes it look like, wow. What So,
I like movies that don't necessarily look like they're done on a sound stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Zack Snyder, the first one that you guys all saw from Zack would have been what were the girls?
I was thinking The Watchmen.
I was thinking 300.
Oh yeah.
There was one, but wasn't there? What was the one before that with the girls?
So he's done Dawn of the Dead, 300, Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch. Didn't Sucker Punch come out before Watchmen?
It did.
I don't think so.
I think it came out right afterwards.
Did Sucker Punch come out before Watchmen? Everyone's
According to Goodreads, film Watchmen was released on March 6, 2009. His follow-up project animation debut titled Legend of the Guardians,
there's that
The Owls of Ga'Hoole was released on September 24, 2010. Snyder produced, co-wrote, and directed Sucker Punch, which was released on March 25, 2011.
Okay, so 2 years difference. Okay, you're right. You're right. I always thought that it came first.
But it's funny, he's gone really, like, even Rebel Moon, just watching, I started watching, I didn't get to even get into it, but even that's so different from Man of Steel. Like, Man of Steel, he was going for such realism, like he was going for a very organic, like not soundstage look to it. But with Rebel Moon, it was very fake looking. I loved it. It was a cool style, but just very jarring. Anyways, I know we're getting off topic this time.
Yeah,
we got way
that's for another. That's for another.
Oh yeah,
one.
We are going to be doing another DC Infinite Hour special where we talk about what we loved about the DC extended universe. So look for that, guys, coming up in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on to some more topics. I mean, I think any the non-action figure news DC wise that I can't really think of anything.
I keep getting ads for the Superman Batman rings.
Me too.
Yeah.
I've almost fallen for it, but I'm broke. I want a Superman ring, and I want to get Margaret the Wonder Woman one. No, there is news. The game comes out tomorrow. Kill the Justice.
Oh yeah, who's playing that? I saw someone mention something in the. That's right. Josh is playing it. That's right.
Josh.
He's currently
Josh.
Josh is currently playing it.
No,
and so Swish is. Josh is currently playing it. How did you manage that, Josh? You got an early copy? That's amazing.
Wasn't he playing the demo? That's
right. I think he was.
Yeah. He's playing Suicide Squad right now. I just read his comment. How did you manage that? Is it the demo?
Oh,
I'm so
Crisis
stoked.
on the Infinite Earth.
Oh, yeah.
I did not watch that yet.
I did watch it. It was actually really good.
All I've heard is it's Flash centric.
That's it. It's so
well, it's a three-part movie.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's not what you think it's going to be. It's very interesting the way they did it.
They did say that Kevin Conroy's voice is going to be in the third one.
Are they AIing it in there, or is it like?
No, it was one of his last recordings.
Yeah.
Ryan Lee said the deluxe edition has early access for those of you curious about Kill the Justice.
Well, I got the deluxe edition, but I didn't get it on download. I got it. I wanted the hard copy. So yeah,
All right.
good to know though.
I did purchase Aquaman 2 on digital just because I wanted
Did you?
to see it. Watched it. I loved it again.
Yeah.
So
It's a fun movie. I mean, I had my
I love it.
complaints, but it's a good movie.
I actually don't have complaints about it. I think it's
Hey, even
great.
better. I'm
Yeah.
glad you do not have any
Yeah.
complaints.
I liked it as well. The more I think about it, I'm like, yeah, I enjoyed it more than the first one. And I
Yeah,
enjoyed
my
the
wife
first one.
Wow.
thought the tone, like you said, Ahsoka, is completely different than the first movie. But I love it. It's
The
great.
origin stuff is all out of the way. And I you know what I mean? Like the origin for him in Atlantis and like him becoming the king. Because that's a pretty heavy story, right?
Yeah.
And having him now as like, okay, he's the king and he's sitting on the throne and he's bored and falling asleep and stuff. It's like, I don't know, that interests me more, like that whole aspect of it. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Well, we don't
way
need to
more.
know that, but all right, let's go on to before we get to the McFarlane tough stuff. Ugh, let's talk about
stuff.
Let's talk about the SH, the Flash. Hold on, let me bring it up on my screen here.
Yeah. Oh, we could talk about Robin too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mezco. That
Sorry,
was an
guys,
out of the nowhere drop as
we're
well.
so unprepared.
Yeah, but it's all
I'm
right.
just like we're just coming up with the topics as we go here.
Some of the best
All
live
right.
streams are unprepared. What's that? Joe Rogan's always like, hey, pull that up on screen. Can you
That's
pull it
true.
up on screen?
That's a good point, dude. You're right. I like that, Brad. I love your
It's
attitude.
organic,
buddy.
right?
All right, let's talk about the SH Fig Arts Flash. I mean, this thing is just. Can you guys see my screen?
I can.
It's
There you
killer.
Dude, it's like just so the texture of it.
It
Like
looks like a grandma sweater from here. I gotta make this
maybe, but
hold on, make it
Yeah.
a big screen.
hey, look, they even recreated his running pose. Oh,
No,
it's got goggles
he
too.
doesn't look nearly goofy enough there.
Oh, right there, look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Looks like he's gonna trip over his own damn feet when he runs in the movie.
Oh man, I'm digging this. I am digging this.
Yeah.
What do you
I
guys
never
think?
even bought the Batman though, guys.
I didn't buy the Batman, but I did.
I don't
pre-order
think he's
this.
out yet. That Batman.
No, I never
I think
pre-ordered
it is.
him though.
Are you in? Oh,
Is
he?
it?
I
That's
think
it.
the Batman.
Oh, you're
is.
right.
I never did either. Not because I don't like the costume designs. I'm just like, where am I gonna put them? And I can't afford them. Like between like everything else I'm pre-ordering, I just can't afford it. But he does look great running in grandma's sweater there.
I mean, I gotta get anything Keenan. So even if it's
Yeah, for me, like I would love Mafex,
Mafex.
to do this
Mafex.
version, but I don't feel like that they will. And yeah, the scale's a little smaller than that, but it looks awesome. I just got the Spider-Man Final Swing. It's amazing figure.
Yeah.
I love the articulation of these figures. I just
Yeah.
hate the crotch area of how it's like detailed.
I gotcha.
Yeah, the bulge isn't big enough. No one said anything. It was obscenely quiet after I said that.
No,
I'm
like
sorry.
you
I
can
was
see like
distracted
how
for
they
a
do
minute.
the articulation. It just breaks the sculpt.
I'm kidding.
I mean, I have my SH Wonder Woman, the Gal
Yeah.
Gadot one, and it's freaking phenomenal. Do you have that
Yeah,
one?
that one's great because it's a little smaller. So like she's a girl, so like it still
Well,
fits.
Now that you mention it,
girl.
I'm looking at like
Girl.
this figure's crotch area, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what is going on? This is a whole lot of
Okay, so like the way that the
Like, I can see-
articulation is, it's totally different.
yeah. Like I can see what they're doing, and I'm just looking at it like, why? Like, is that a socket up in the
Yeah.
groin to try to hide? I'd have to see it in motion, like being
I
moved
mean, I
around.
could
Maybe
get
I
out
will
the
get it
final
just to review
swing.
it. Pardon?
I have the Final Swing. It moves incredibly. It just does not. It's very unsightly. Is the only thing.
So you sacrifice some aesthetics for the articulation, basically.
Yes, like you definitely get great range of motion.
Yeah.
The articulation's solid, but it just does not look as good. I would rather Ahsoka and I are on the same page. I'd rather have a better sculpt and
Yeah.
less articulation than
Yes.
have.
Okay. I look at well, if form and function are like,
Yeah.
you got to find the best marriage of the two. But okay, so I'm looking at the body here, and I realize what they're doing. Like you remember how the suit has all those like weird
Yeah.
pathways
Yeah.
and shit. Okay, so I'm looking at that now. The actual suit though then has a clear coating over top of it
Yeah.
that makes it kind of shinier. This looks like that suit has had that coating peeled off.
Interesting.
And if it's rough, like if you can feel the
Yeah.
lines, I'm gonna be like, oh, that's weird. That's just weird.
I
I'm
like
digging it.
I
I'm
like
digging
the
it.
the goggles,
Yeah.
the yellow lenses. I think that's how I'm gonna display mine.
I've always wished that they were white though, because that's what they were like in the 90s.
Yeah, Wally
I've always
West.
wished they were white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
I
yeah,
think-
no,
I
it
think
looks
it's
good.
pretty dope.
All
Maybe
right,
I will
well,
get the Batman and the Flash. I'm so broke though.
All right, let's see. Let's go.
Especially
to...
after today. Totally
Yeah.
broke.
Oh yeah, today was rough in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way. Yeah, well, we should look at yeah.
This was so out of the blue.
Yeah. I love it. I mean, it's kind of cheesy looking.
I had to
kind
go back.
campy looking, and I love it.
I had to go back and find a blue one, a blue Batman.
Yeah, to go with it.
Yeah. Luckily, someone was selling it on eBay like super cheap. So thankful.
I love it.
And I'm tempted to get the blue one. Excuse me, just for this guy. I mean,
Yeah.
this is pretty
That was
dope.
that was a 5-second buy. That took me like no time at all to decide to buy that. And
Yeah,
let's
this
face
yeah,
it, that
for sure.
body can technically be used. Okay, well, customizers are going to be doing heads. There's going to be Jason Todd. There's going to be a different Dick. I've actually got Dick heads that I can put on there. Shut up. Of course. Peanut gallery in the back there. I can't say nothing.
Are you gonna pick up the Joker?
I say the term dickhead. Everyone's just laughing. Yeah, I've already got him pre-ordered too.
Okay.
I didn't head sculpt.
I didn't pick up Two-Face just because I really just want Batman and Robin.
See, I picked up Two-Face as well because I love the classic look. I want a classic Penguin and Riddler like this.
But I think that they should start calling him Richard, honestly. I mean, who goes by Dick anymore? Like, honestly. I want to have a serious conversation about this.
Dick Assman does.
I mean, who's that? Who?
Dick Assman? You remember Dick Assman?
No.
There's a guy. David Letterman found the guy in the phone book or something like that.
Well, yeah, you're talking about a phone book, buddy. Now we're really dating ourselves. For
There's
God's
plenty
sake.
of older people, like I would
last name
say,
is
like
Assman.
baby boomers
Yeah, who?
or boomers.
Yeah,
or
Tricky
whatever.
Dick Nixon, like Richard
Yeah.
Nixon. Yeah, like that's
Tricky
what I'm
Dicky.
saying. I
Yeah,
think
but
after like 1995, I'm just arbitrarily saying 95. Who goes by the name Dick anymore?
If my name was Richard, I get them to call me Dick.
Well, yeah, but you're
It'd be funny.
a DC fan.
It would just be funny. They have to call my name. Are you kidding? If I'm a kid,
Ooh.
they have to call my name out in attendance. Dick.
Camp Crystal Lake collector. I'm
The Ass Man.
fanatic.
Oh, the Ass Man. Different
Yeah.
Ass Man. Yes. No,
I'm
Dick
just saying
Assman was
that-
a real guy.
Let's just
in
go
New
with
York
Richard
City.
Grayson. I think it's time DC. I
Yeah.
hope James Gunn
Rick.
puts down a
Didn't
statement.
they do that for a while, Rick?
Yeah, that's when he lost his memory. That was
Rick.
stupid.
No Rick.
Let's call him Richard.
Richard
Richard
Gunn.
Grayson. Or let's call him Grayson. You know what I mean? That's even cooler. It's
Yeah, like
Grayson.
people call me, by my last name all the time.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I like Dick. I think Dick's good.
We know you do, buddy. We know you. The excitement in your face. We talk about this. I'm just saying it's not helping our hobby or our where it's like, oh, you guys like Dick Grayson? What?
Well, he's got
Tell
the
that to my
R
nephew.
for
He's-
Richard, right?
You know?
Richard.
Yeah, but people don't get called Richard anymore. How many Richards do you guys know? I know like maybe
No, I'm saying
one.
on his suit, he's got the R for Richard. Like everybody's
That'd be
gonna
pretty
know.
funny.
That is true, right? Although technically it's like
I know some Richards.
Superman's
I know
got an S
Richard.
on his chest. It's not like people are like, oh, I knew it. His name must be Stewart.
Steve.
He's got an S on his chest. He's a
Sandy.
Stewart man.
I'm saying it's time we have a discussion about, let's go with Richard.
Okay. But if we get rid of the word dick, why haven't we gotten rid of the trunks? We can keep one that's out.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of the trunks anymore either. you
Oh
know?
no!
Like,
I forgot.
I'm a fan of the trunks just because I grew up with Superman, Christopher Reeve.
I
like,
love them.
To me, that is definitely like I don't. It's not like I don't like the trunks, but definitely like for a modern
Yeah.
audience, like
You wouldn't be sad to see him go.
no, but for like any kids nowadays, they don't have the nostalgia we do for the trunks, right?
You know what though? I found this. Without the trunks, Superman definitely got a few more You got a little bit bigger of an audience, but also kids don't like Superman because he's too goody two shoes.
Well,
People,
same reason kids didn't like Captain America for the longest time.
because he's
the
goody
same
two
thing.
shoes.
Yeah.
He's goody two shoes.
It just
It's
takes a good story.
They like darker anti-heroes, and it's like,
Yeah.
well, you can tell a good story around somebody who is just really, really good, and how hard it is to be that good sometimes, and
Yeah,
the
Rob,
different
like
things
Rob
that
brought
they
up,
have to face.
yeah, Captain America was a great example. They did that well. They kept
Yeah.
his like, earnestness, and
Yeah.
still made him like a badass.
And it was one
Yeah.
of the best. It was, my opinion, the Captain America: The First Avengers, one of the best Marvel movies.
Oh, love that movie
date.
so much.
One of the
And
best
again,
ones.
I love that movie. It had like a style and atmosphere to it.
Yeah.
Like.
But I love the character. We need endearing characters. Not everyone has to, I mean, as much as I like them, not everyone has to be, a Batman or a Wolverine or a Red Hood to be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, we can have characters that are just good, right? And
Yeah.
Superman is supposed to be good because he's
That's
the
true.
one who influences and gives hope to the rest of the heroes in the DCU. That's his true place, right?
Well, you know how they could pull it off, right? In the movies, is if they do show parts of Krypton and they dress like that, like they've done in the comics, where like the Underoos are part of their gab. You know what I mean?
Old school,
Like-
that was like that. Yeah.
Exactly. Like I
Well-
think Grant Morrison kind of did that in the All-Star Superman, kind of brought that back. So
And see,
You know
as
what?
far as I understood, the trunks were always a modesty thing. Even like it was explained that like in the same, like his mom made a suit for him, and the
Yeah.
trunks were for modesty.
I thought
That
it was
was
just
like-
to look like a wrestler. That's why the original design.
Well,
Yeah,
no, they were
that's what I thought.
yeah originally, but I mean like in the 80s, right? 80s and 90s, it was a
Yeah.
modesty issue.
You know, it's going to be so
Yeah.
interesting. In I think 10 years, Superman's going to be in the public domain, like Mickey Mouse.
Only the
Dude.
original, though.
Yeah, but this is gonna be crazy. Like people can take Action Comics #1 and take everything in there and make their own
Oh, yeah.
Superman movie.
You know what though? I kind of want to see an independent Superman movie that
Yeah,
has a
it'd be
big
interesting.
budget that is Action Comics 1, 2, and 3, like or whatever, like the overarching story. I kind of want to see that for
Yeah.
sure, because I feel like Hollywood will never touch it. It's the fact that someone is going to give it the Winnie the Pooh treatment,
Yeah,
right?
or the Horde.
You know,
treatment.
I'd like
Yeah.
to see the early days of like the New 52 when he's wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
Yes, I love
Yeah.
that look.
I
No,
would
they
love to
can't-
see a
they-
movie like that.
Yeah. No, they can't do that though, because that's not what's going to be in the public domain. Only the
Yeah.
original Superman look, which is, I mean, yeah, you're right though, Ahsoka. We will see it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
these guys look phenomenal together.
I know.
this is great. This is the whole scene right here.
Does it get more classic?
That's a beautiful Friends reference.
That
so.
artwork is how I used to do a lot of my thumbs. That's funny.
Yeah, it is.
Not quite with the the blue blotches,
Yeah.
all over the sun. I would have had that as a solid circle,
Yeah.
but
It's beautiful. I know. I might need to track down this blue and gray one.
you,
It's
you
just-
got to do it, man. It's a beautiful figure.
Then I gotta get the Robin.
Beautiful
It's
figure.
this whole rabbit hole now.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's so worth
Is
it
it?
with these guys. Yeah, this is the Batman and Robin, the classic Batman and
Yeah.
Robin, the to be all, that end all. There's
I
never
mean,
been a better classic
truth be
Batman and
told, I'm
Robin
not
figure like that.
crazy about the Robin head sculpt. Like,
Yeah,
I would rather it be like parted to the one side instead of straight down the middle.
right.
but
But it
this
was
is
part
the
in the middle at
classic.
this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. You're right.
Yeah.
So is head portraits the correct term we're going with now? Because I always say head sculpts, but is it head portraits? Is that really what
Some
people
people
say
call them portraits. I'm old school. I still call them head sculpts.
It's like a grinder and a sub and a hoagie. I mean, it's all the same.
Wow.
Yeah. They're what? What?
They're
Are you
all the
telling me
same.
that a hoagie and a sub are the same thing?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Sammy, yeah.
And a grinder.
I had no idea.
Grinder's hot.
I've lived my whole life thinking that Bill Cosby used to like hoagies and they were something else. I thought they were a special kind of like sub sandwich that was like a subset of a sub.
No.
I mean, I can
It's
see
us-
how you. Yeah, I can see
It's
how
us
you.
Pennsylvania people that call it hoagies. Everywhere else calls it subs and submarines and
Yeah, we just
what,
say like subs or
heroes.
sandwiches over
Not-
here.
Well,
New
New
York's
York,
hero.
well, New York. That's
Hero.
where Bill Cosby was based out of with the Cosby Show, and he called them hoagies.
Yeah.
You got one too many hoagies, Cliff. You got to cut down on the salt, or you're gonna have a heart attack.
Oh, hey Rob, where did you send me a link to that Batman? Was it on Instagram?
Instagram.
Or- All right, hold on a sec. We have another non-McFarlane.
I think I'm
figure to
gonna
look
pick.
at.
this.
Give me a sec, gentlemen. Give
So
me
what do you
one
think about the undies on Robin? Do you think they're a little too low?
Well,
How do you feel?
they've had to
His
fold
legs,
the
yeah, he's got little chicken legs in this image.
I don't mind the chicken legs.
This might have like unsold me on the figure, to be honest with you. I haven't seen this picture, and I'm like, ugh.
Like I don't mind the legs. I think why they did it is because without it, like there wouldn't be enough green because his tunic is like hanging down a little lower, and then if they
Yeah.
did the V cut,
It looks a
would-
little stubby, if you ask me. It looks a little stubby, you know.
It's
you know what they've done. You can see the shadow there. That's even if it's a picture. That might not be
Yeah.
a picture. I feel like that's like kind of a picture, but kind of not.
Oh, you're right.
It's hanging down. They've tucked the chunks under, right? So rather than go with the whole stitch seam and the edge of the trunks, it looks like they've actually tucked them under.
yeah.
See that?
I'm just glad that there's no leather pleather on this guy. Maybe the cape.
The trunks
but
have paint that's supposed to look a little bit like scales,
yeah.
leather scales.
It's a
That's
great
it.
figure. That's a good looking figure. All
Like
guys,
Aquaman. It's got the Aquaman treatment,
Yeah.
the Mezco Aquaman treatment.
let's
I
take
do
this
wish that
look.
his straps across the chest were actually little strings
Oh, yeah, that would have been
that you
cool.
could tighten and loosen. I think that'd be fun. Look at me. I'm like a doll guy. I'd like to play with dolls. They're not dolls, they're action figures.
Here we have the Fun Joy. A new player enters the DC action figure. Maybe not.
Yeah.
I think they
I've
have
never
had
known.
other
Yeah.
figures before.
So what are we looking at here, Rob?
It's their take on the BVS suit. It looks like.
What scale are we looking at? Like, what are we?
That I don't know because I don't actually own any of their figures. So
I'd heard it was
my-
112. but
Yeah,
I
my
don't
guess
know.
would be like 6-inch.
Hmm. It's kind of got a Beast Kingdom vibe to it, honestly.
It does. You're right.
But he's bulky
Yeah.
like he's supposed to be. That's the one thing I did not like about the Mezco Batman from Batman v Superman.
the
I've been
first
playing
He
one.
wasn't bulky enough, remember?
Yeah.
This is the Beast Kingdom one.
Yeah, the Beast
feeling-
Kingdom one is
feeling one.
beautiful.
It's pretty
I
good.
tore mine apart.
Oh. There you go.
I tore it to
Tore
bits.
apart. Yeah, to do
That
what you
looks
had to
good
do.
though. That,
Yeah.
I love the texture of the suit.
Yeah, me too. I think the proportions look great on this guy, and
Yeah.
that's for that alone. It's my favorite suit, so like I'm gonna
Bruce
get
is-
it no matter who makes it.
Yeah, what about Bruce's head though? Could we go back and look at Bruce's head?
Yeah, he looks a little pale. He looks like he's a little sick.
Yeah,
Well, look at the skin
bad.
though. He looks like he fell asleep with his face on the sidewalk and then woke up
Yeah.
and it's like
I
It
feel
almost
like-
looks like
He
the
looks like a
one from the
vampire.
Flash. You know, he kind of looks how he did in the Flash.
but his skin
looks
is
tired.
so no, but look at the skin texture.
Yeah,
It's very dented. It's like his gigantic pores, like he had really bad teenage forehead acne, and then like picked at it a lot. Don't pick at your acne, and then he did, and then he got like that.
yeah, that pocked skin.
His mother
Yeah, it
told
looks
him
very
not to.
pockmarked.
His mother told him not to.
But that head
Uh,
sculpt is the Batman head sculpt is fantastic.
Yeah,
The space actually between the nose and the top lip,
it looks so good.
I think it looks just a tad too big. A tad,
I don't know.
Yeah, the
It
little,
does.
Maybe.
little cliff, the little.
It's too big. Like the space, the distance from the top lip
Yeah.
and the nose seems a little bit big. Like I can't even. If I was Plastic
they-
Man, I'd stretch my face around. But
But they got the bulkiness of him, which
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I love. That's
yes,
that's the only thing I'm concerned about with the McFarlane one is I feel like it's lacking this bulkiness. I don't know. We got
Yeah.
to see it like in hand first, but
does anybody know? If anybody in the chat knows what scale this is, then let us know. If anyone has any like insider knowledge or something like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
here
gonna
we
get it
go.
See,
regardless.
someone, what scale
I
is this?
think.
What's that say?
1/9. Oh, so that'd be like Beast Kingdom size.
Oh no!
Yeah.
What am I gonna do with that?
I'll
Yeah.
still get it.
I don't do
I
one.
mean, it's cool, but yeah, it definitely doesn't fit in with McFarlane or anything like that.
Yeah.
I do 1/12 and 1/10 generally. That's what I do. So I'd have like a singular Batman, just like standing around like
That's
Hey.
okay.
I'm Batman. Yeah, but I'm not that guy. I'm a completionist, and it's like I can't. I mean, technically it's complete if I have one, but there's nothing to complete, so this doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
But I might buy it to steal the cape and the fists and some parts.
To cannibalize
Maybe.
it, huh?
Well, I cannibalize a lot of figures. Like everyone, like a lot of people think of me as like the DC figure guy, and I'm really not. Like you are, Ahsoka, because you don't cannibalize your
You
figures.
are.
You have more than I do now because you can't. I've got a bunch of figures you don't have,
Yeah.
sure, but I cannibalize the crap out of some of mine.
But you are the DC Kit Bash King of Canada, my friend.
Well,
For
Oh,
you know,
somebody.
no
our
reason.
population's not very high, so
Oh no,
That's true.
here.
his fists are going to be too big.
Yes, I have the old Mafex version of the suit, and I did pre-order the version 2. So yes, I am picking that up.
There's a thumbs up hand. It comes with a thumbs up hand. Did you see that?
Oh, I skipped.
It comes with a thumbs up hand. When did he give a thumbs up?
I
I don't recall him
don't
doing
think
the
he
whole
ever
thumbs
did.
up. Yeah, I
No.
don't recall that.
That doesn't seem accurate.
I don't know.
All right, guys, let's go on.
We
to
have
the
yeah
meat
other
of the
things to
show.
cover.
We got some stuff to talk about, boys. Let's go to
We
the
do.
McFarlane Instagram page. We'll start there.
Someone said if it was Superman, Brad, would you get it?
If it was Superman
Like
and it was
BVS.
comic book version, yes, but BVS probably not. Not
Okay.
at this stage. I have nowhere to put things.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
the
either,
issue.
but
I just have nowhere to put things anymore.
Yeah, we still buy a lot though. We keep.
I know, right?
Well, if there's a place to put, like, look at that Batman. I will find a place for that.
Sadly,
Batman
I think what it's going to come down to, because like I go through and I wipe out, and so I usually send you pics when I do this, and then I'll put it in a chest, like to put it away.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna do that and just keep like the classics of like each character that I want out, and then everybody else is going in.
Wait,
The
you mean you
bin.
keep it like you'll keep it like one version of each character?
No, I
Gonna
mean for
say,
Batman and
"Ooh."
Superman, I show like all the versions, but I'm talking about like
Everyone
how many
else.
versions of like weird stuff do we have? Like I'm talking like metal and that type of stuff. Like I don't need all that. I just want like the core
Yeah.
classics.
You're breaking my heart. I
Guys,
love
did we-
metal.
I know.
I know. I love metal too. Rob does not.
I'll
No.
probably keep those out for a long time.
Like I know Ahsoka likes the weird and obscure. I like
do.
weird obscure characters. I just don't like weird.
Because I am
obscure
myself am
designs
weird and obscure. Sorry.
of
It's a
like
Beetlejuice reference.
now that fighting the frozen Batman that was
Yeah.
amazing, and
That
I
was
have
great.
him displayed. But like other stuff like that, like I don't care anymore.
yeah.
They sound so defeated when he said that. I just don't care anymore.
I
I've been
I
getting
want
stuff.
just
I've
give
been
me the
giving stuff
classics,
away.
man. I don't need modern versions of characters
No, man, I get it. You
anymore.
got it. Whatever you like is what you like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got if you have to collect what sparks joy.
Yeah. Like I
look
want
at the-
exactly what Mattel did, but just by McFarlane.
Hey, I mean, nothing wrong with that. By the way, congratulations to Charlie Charles, who won the McFarlane holiday
cool.
giveaway.
Oh
Apparently,
yeah.
congratulations, my friend. Very
Yeah,
cool.
congratulations, Charles.
All
No,
right,
but
now
for you.
I'm
for
just
real.
saying that like I know McFarlane will do it better because they'll have more detail, updated sculpts, and all that type stuff. So I want to see like certain figures that they haven't gotten to yet.
And see, for Superman, I'm like, yeah, I've only got about 40 or 50 of them. They're all slightly different. My parents look at them and go, why do you have so many of the same Superman? I'm like, I don't. Okay? I don't. They're all
Yeah.
different. They're
That's
you
the
like
same.
understand, Mom.
They got different heads and different
Yeah.
capes. Look at them. Like, oh yeah, I see that. See?
They
Don't
still
mess,
know- they
don't mess with the
understand.
nerd.
No, I don't hate Blue Bee. I because it's a modern character, but he's still a classic. If that makes any sense.
Oh, the movie version.
Well,
They're-
or
Jaime
even like
Reyes version.
yeah, I always called him Jamie because I didn't know.
Yeah.
I'm white and I don't know.
At least you admit it.
Yeah, so like as I was reading it, and it wasn't until the movie came out that I was like, oh, that's his name. Like, oh, okay. Like I wasn't cultured enough. I don't.
White.
Ain't nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that, buddy.
So, but now I know, and knowing's half the battle. But no, Jaime Reyes. Yeah, like I love the character, but it's just I don't need modern like I don't know.
So
Now,
you only have-
if they did like a Superman family where with the modern suits, I thought that was cool. So I would be down for that. I know Brad's probably like cringing right now, but
No, the thing, you know what the thing is though, like I joke around a lot. Like I just want everyone who collects to be happy, right?
yeah,
With what they're collecting. And I want if same thing with what you're displaying, right? If you feel like you have too much stuff and you're being like encroached upon with too much stuff and it's taking
Yeah.
away, like if you have like a bunch of different things out and because they're all there, they're taking away each from each other's display ability, then you put things away and only keep out what you really want to shine the most. And then you can just, if you really want to, you can shuffle things around.
You gotta have
Yeah.
breathing room, right? You gotta.
Well, right now I
you-
have it's like nuts to butts. Like everybody is like that.
Yeah, I did a cleanse a few.
I mean, I'm just like, okay, I can see like the first, second, and maybe
Nuts to
third.
butts.
Yeah.
Never heard that before, but I
it-
immediately understood what that is. That's like when you're
It's
uncomfortably
a
passing
photography
somebody.
term for weddings where like, okay, guys, nuts to butts. So like they're like standing together, so like we can take
Wow.
pictures and stuff.
There's always someone that has to go makes
Yeah.
everyone else feel uncomfortable. Never heard that.
All right, guys,
That's
let's
good
move
stuff.
on.
Oh, we got
a
a
super shot. Oh, here we go. Do you guys think we will get a reveal of Superman's suit in Superman Legacy in March? I think so.
I would think so, just because there's gonna be leaks, right? So
Yeah.
I think they're gonna have to.
And it's best. It's a yawn. Sorry about that. It's best if you're going to have leaks to get out there ahead of the leaks with a better picture,
Yeah.
right? What?
His figures are displayed as the human centipede. That's funny.
Whose?
Mine.
Oh, nuts to butts.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's get into the
Anyway.
McFarlane Toys reveals. For God's sakes, guys, we're having too much fun here. Did we talk about Batfleck?
I think so.
I
I think no. We talked about the shadow, right?
Yeah.
not
Okay. So here we have the official. Oops. Sorry. I don't know what happened there? There we go.
Great.
What are we thinking? What are we thinking, guys?
Doesn't have that completely shiny wash like a lot of people thought it had. It looks like it's a bit more matte.
Yeah, I'm happy
I
about
like
that.
the
It looks
gold
like it's got a
belt.
black wash over it.
Black wash, and I like the gold belt.
Yeah.
Honestly, I know it's not completely accurate, but I do like it.
I'm obviously getting to one to keep stock and one to customize.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm gonna put that Muff Toys head on it.
that's
Possibly
exactly
cape, a wired
what I was
cape.
gonna say. It's waiting. It's waiting. I have to give Batman this head.
Well, do you have the neck piece too?
Yeah, I got them as separate. I didn't want
Yeah.
to get them as one.
Yeah, I'm wondering how the neck piece is like if we can sand it down to be able to give it that look.
Well, I mean, there are options. Like I might take that head sculpt. I might put this on. I still might put this on my Mezco, but
Yeah.
it's a beautiful. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous
yeah.
head
Yeah.
sculpt.
That's amazing.
Gorgeous, and I don't know how these people do this.
Yeah.
I can't. Like, this is wizardry to me. That this can even exist.
For the McFarlane figure, what kind of concerns me is the Brad, what do you call those? The butterfly. They're not butterfly joints.
No,
but
they're
it's
sockets. They're
The
just
socket
sockets.
covers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem extremely large, and I don't know if it's just the posing that they're doing for these photos, but
Yeah.
he really seems like this instead of like this or whatever. I think they were trying to get that accentuated neck. Maybe, I don't know.
Sometimes the sockets are too small, which I don't like. You know what I mean? Like when you put their arms down and then you can see the socket like popping out of the body.
Yeah.
I don't like that. And I'm hoping that this Batman's not like that. I'm hoping that it's, at least tight enough that you can move the sockets all around and it doesn't pop out. But
Yeah.
no, you can move those sockets and arms up and down so he can have broader shoulders or whatever. Because he had really broad shoulders in the movie.
Yeah, you did.
But those are big sockets. Yeah, look at the bottom left corner picture.
Yeah.
That's a big socket. Yeah, you're right. They're probably trying to accentuate the wideness.
Yeah, I think it's it looks great, but I'm just a little concerned about the thickness of
Yeah, he looks too slender, is what you're
a little
saying.
slender. He looks like year 2 Ben Affleck Batman. You know what I mean? Like
Maybe, yeah.
a little bit, but
Yeah.
I think overall it's beautiful though. I like the texture. I mean, this isn't my favorite Ben Affleck suit. I actually prefer the one from Justice League.
I mean, I like them both, but this
Yeah.
is my favorite.
Yeah,
Right.
this one's more rough and rugged looking
Yeah.
and more
I like
fabric
the
looking.
cowl design better on
Yes.
the BVS.
Sorry, I just wanted to
I think
share.
that's perfection. I think I like the one in BVS is perfection.
Yeah.
That looks pretty great actually from this angle.
I don't think that in real life they could have designed a better
I
Batman
think
cowl.
the figure looks too not angular but square, like a squared off body instead of like a total
I see what you're saying.
beefcake.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I feel like the back V portion of his body, it's hard to tell if it's in shadow or not because when you look at it
Yeah.
from the side, it's definitely there's some V there. Maybe it could be more
Yeah.
V'd, but they've probably mucked
But
around.
yeah,
with the
his upper
articulation of
body, like his pectorials in the movie were like just massive, and they were like almost like
huge.
like right here, just like, I mean, if you watch the movie, he doesn't he this needs to be Rob Liefeld's up, like some, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
with the
Rob Life. My
Yeah.
God.
with
Like that one
throwing-
ridiculous picture of
Yes.
Captain America.
Yeah,
Oh my
we need some of
God.
that injected into this.
A little bit, a tad,
Yeah.
But I still think it looks great though. Like it's overall.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be happy with it, but
That's a big batarang. Look at that thing.
Yeah. No.
well,
Should've
all
said-
their batter.
That's
I
your,
think
that's
what
your
it is
XL
is-
batarang.
I think
Looks like
what
it's
it
made
is
out of
is-
big piece of
I don't-
foam.
I don't know if it was maybe it was Mr. G Toys or somebody. He was trying to create smaller hands, and he was running into the issue that the plastic was like failing because like it couldn't get the form
Interesting.
enough because it wasn't thick enough for
Oh.
like enough plastic. So that's probably why they make larger hands and larger
Mm.
weapons, is because it's got to hold up for kid play and stuff too.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And pull test.
Yeah.
Not just kid play. They test it. They have to do the pull test. And if it comes off, then although technically, I mean, comes off really easy.
But like you have your high-end figures, they're not made for toys or like
No
retail, so they don't have to have the same standards.
No. If it's sold in the toy aisle, it's got a different standard.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
how that
Josh,
works.
I definitely think this is going to spawn a BVS wave for sure. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, now that we've seen, I mean, if they've done Batman and Robin, they started with the most obscure, not the most obscure Batman movie, the least well-performing Batman movie, and made a whole wave from that. They're definitely going to do all of them. I can't see why they wouldn't.
I mean, we
Money
didn't
in the
really
Bank.
get like a proper Wonder Woman
Yeah.
either, with the sword and the
The shield.
sheath or whatever.
Yeah.
I want to
that'd
see
be
a new
amazing.
sculpt.
Yeah.
Give me a new sculpt for Wonder Woman. I mean, the last one they did was better. Like the legs were a lot better,
Yeah.
but she wasn't wearing her tiara. And so we all had to customize it. So give us a really good Wonder Woman with a properly sized and shaped head with a tiara that is like on her head. Right. And I think people will like it a lot more.
All right. What do we
I never
think
pre-ordered
about-
this.
Dude, this is my favorite scene from that movie. Like,
It's a good scene. Yeah.
him jumping out. I just love it. And listen, does this look like Christian Bale?
Know what this reminds me of?
Tom
Is that
Cruise,
one
Christian
where
Bale.
it's that one part where he's like, ooh, yeah. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like,
Oh no.
where Christian Bale's just like,
Oh, that's right.
like that's what that
Yeah.
looks like.
Yeah, you're right. That from American Psycho, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. See, you're right. Yeah, there's definitely like glimpses of Christian Bale. Is it perfect? No.
Eh,
But
I don't
Yeah.
really care that much.
yeah.
Did you guys pre-order the Bat Pod with Catwoman?
I did.
I did not yet. It was too much money, and I didn't have any money at the time.
Well,
left it.
there's yeah, Todd, not on this page, but Todd talked about the gold label version of where it's just her. and
What's the
he showed
difference?
it. Well, her hair's different because on this, her hair's like windswept so that she
Yeah.
can look up while she's riding the bat pod.
Yeah.
But she'll also come with like more accessories, and I think the mask flips up so she gets like the bigger, pointier cat
that's
ears.
cool.
That is a sexy bat pod.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an expensive bat pod. If we gotta be,
Yeah.
we gotta be.
I
talk
can't
I mean,
about
afford
that
it should have the same like tire like width of the tumbler, right? Because that's where
It should, yeah. It was born out of the bat,
Yeah.
the tumbler. I'm so curious though. Like, obviously, this was pricey. It was $70 for both.
Mhm.
But, like,
American.
yeah, I'm like, is it the vehicles or like I was thinking about Marvel. I remember they used to do so many vehicles, like motorcycles for Marvel Legends, like Wolverine
Yeah.
with his motorcycle, and all that seems to have like is gone. Like, is it just the
Yeah.
price? No one wants to do
Well,
retail.
what was-
Doesn't want these anymore.
Well,
You know?
the Batmobile from the Flash, it didn't come with a figure, but what did that retail for? I forget. Was that
Ooh,
30?
It was
40?
no, it was like 40 or 50 maybe. Probably.
Okay.
It wasn't. No, it must have been. I don't remember. It was cheaper than
No,
this.
that wasn't 40 or 50 for the bat. It was like 60, wasn't it?
It was 60. You're right. It's got to be 60.
Yeah, it was like 60.
Yeah,
Well, American again.
American. Yeah,
You have to remember that whatever you guys are paying,
69
more.
Yeah, I'm. Again, is it one of those things where this retail didn't want it, so that's why it's an exclusive?
or it's because putting this together is like stupid, and they only wanted to make a certain amount.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. They haven't
Right.
really said if it's.
It does look good. I just don't.
GameStop will get it in Canada.
I pre-ordered it and then it canceled, and now I'm like regretting it because like I don't have room.
Yeah.
And
Man, when you get the tumbler though, you're gonna want.
Oh, you had to make it. You just show it in that light. Mr. Completion is now.
I'm sorry. I mean, sorry guys.
I am excited about it, and I do want to get it, but I couldn't afford it at the time,
Yeah.
so I'll have to.
Let me see if it's still up for order on the McFarlane site.
Well, even if it's not, like this kind of thing, it'll say it's an exclusive, but they still show up at our GameStop in Canada. Like that.
Okay.
Remember, we got SDCC exclusives in Canada at our GameStop.
It
That's
is
how
still available on the site, Rob. But Brad, you're right. You got GameStop. Guys,
Yeah.
curious.
I mean,
what
the tires are going to be rubber, right? They usually are.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait, but I've still got the Mattel version.
Honestly, that
Still
Mattel
got that one.
tumbler still holds up. I think.
Mine's
I
got
only
rust.
had the Imaginext bat pod.
You had the Imagine X one too?
Yeah, I did.
love that.
I do have the SH Fig Arts.
You got the Fig Arts one. That was the one to get.
It's pretty
Hold on.
dope.
Yeah.
It's like it is. I don't know the best pictures here, but it moves. So like this one is.
It would be cool if the tires can spin in like.
Oh
how they
yeah,
did in the movie.
I gotta really dust this thing. But yeah, this thing is just.
I'll be
sick.
honest. Like, I think it's ugly as shit. Like,
Bat pod?
yeah, it has
Wow,
nothing to do
really?
with like. It has nothing to do with like the toy, like at all. It's just I always never liked the look of the bat pod.
Oh, dude, I love the look of the pod. Oh,
And beyond being
There it
completely
is.
honest, like I don't like any of the designs for the Nolan films. Like
wow. Okay, none of them, huh?
I love
I-
the
yeah.
movies. Don't get me wrong. Like I
Yeah?
absolutely love the movies, but his bat suits are the worst in my opinion. and
Wow.
You're
I
gonna
love
get
it,
hate
man.
mail. You're gonna get hate.
I mean,
mail.
it's one of my favorite movies for sure is The Dark
But
Knight.
you don't like the Dark Knight suit?
No, I don't.
I would have to say, in my opinion, yeah, the Dark Knight suit. I liked the first one for the overall look, but I didn't like the second and third movies suits that much because they look like hockey gear to me, or they look not hockey gear, but they look like dirt bike clothes.
I don't
So,
know, man.
yeah.
I also like the Dark Knight suit better than the Ben Affleck suit, to be honest with you.
Well, that you know what it
Oh,
is. Some
no.
people
I'm
really
sorry,
like that
guys, I'm sorry.
segmented look.
I mean, I have the action figures because I think they're awesome and they are so
Yeah.
well done. And I even saw the Bat Pod at Warner Brothers Studio, but it like I
Doesn't
was
do anything
I
for you.
only took one photo of it, and that was it. And then I was over at the Keaton Mobile, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
Hey, for me, the Keaton Schumacher stuff is
Yeah.
still my absolute favorite. It's like
Yeah.
comic booky, bat-shaped vehicles. After, once the Dark Knight started, everything looks militaristic. You
yeah,
know, like I love the BVS Batmobile though, but that
yeah.
feels like to me
That
that's
one
like the
is
Tumbler, and Keaton's Batmobile had a baby. That's what
yeah.
the BVS one is. Sorry.
Now I'm
Yes,
starting to
I
look at
agree
this
with
like I wish
Josh.
I could
Josh
get it.
says the Begin suit is better than Dark Knight suit. I tend to agree, except I
Yeah.
don't like the clasps or
Yeah, I don't
whatever
like
they're
the
called.
neck. It's too it's too the neck.
The
of
neck
big
does
guy.
feel very long.
Yeah. Man, I love this. I love the Tumbler. I have this and the Hot Toys Tumbler. That's how much I love the Tumbler.
You got the Hot Toys one.
I do. I
That
love.
my goodness.
Dude, I love I love the Bat Pod. I love it in the movie.
I mean, I love how it
both of them.
moved in the movie
Oh,
and everything.
So dope.
It's just, eh.
I mean,
Same
is it
thing
the
with
most?
the Batmobile, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it does. It doesn't have that bat flare. Like
100%
we're
agree
so
with you
used
there,
to
yeah.
like the
Yeah.
wings and stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I
you're
mean?
right. You're
Trying
right about
to-
that.
But trying to like incorporate and hide the bat look into the vehicle is like getting old now.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want my
very,
Batmobile to look like a Batmobile again.
He did
you know?
start that the trend, right? Like I don't.
Yeah.
He never intended it. Obviously, Christopher Nolan. Like
Yeah, he
made
was
those.
trying to ground everything.
Yeah, for his
That's
movies.
exactly
But you're
it.
right. Everyone else took
Yeah.
it too far. Like, yes, bring me back a bat-shaped vehicle, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, then the Batman took it even further down to where it doesn't even, like his Batmobile.
Yeah, it's just
like
a car.
like a hot
I mean,
rod.
it does have the wings in the back, kind
Yeah,
of.
kind
Yeah.
of.
Kind of. You can see the bat motif there, but yeah, definitely. But the next one, it'll be a better. The Batmobile is going to be, I believe, more like a Batmobile for the second movie.
I mean, I would argue that the Tumbler looks more like a bat vehicle than like the Patterson Batmobile.
Yes,
Like-
I agree with that.
No, I disagree with both you guys from that one
Really?
for sure.
Really?
If
Yeah,
we were going
because
back,
I've seen plenty of muscle car Batmobiles, so they're accurate.
What-
Whereas,
like-
What was Ahsoka? I sent you the Batmobile that I want McFarlane to make.
oh,
It's the classic one from the 80s.
Oh yeah, the '90s one or
Yeah,
the
the
90s
I
80s,
think I know
90s.
which one you're talking about.
It's blue. It's got the
Yeah.
really
Yes.
shaped wings like that
Yeah,
with the
Yeah.
the bat face. That's the one
yeah,
that I want more than anything.
was
Yeah.
it?
I'm
Was
pretty
it
excited
the-
for the new
the-
Batmobile we're gonna get.
I can't
Let me show-
pronounce
let me-
the dude's name. I can't.
Here. I can share my screen. I think I have it here, Rob. Is it this one?
Yes,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
That's-
need
that's a
McFarlane
classic.
to make that,
yeah.
and I would be happy.
Ooh. I mean, that'd be awesome. I don't think it's gonna
Yeah.
happen, but like, that'd be dope.
Yeah,
See, and I want the one from the first Batman game, the first Arkham game.
because
Oh,
wasn't he driving that in Nightfall?
yes,
Yeah,
I think it gets destroyed in Night's
Yeah.
End, right?
I think so.
Yeah, but Azrael blows him up.
But I mean, it looks so awesome, and it's
It's
just
dope.
it's so iconic.
You're iconic. Sorry.
He just throws a little sideways compliment in there. You're iconic.
All right, let me share my screen. All right, so a lot of people on this screen.
So, I don't
stream
know,
Apparently,
like,
are not a fan of
kinda-
that bot.
I-
But you still
I-
want it though, even though you don't
I
like
do.
it.
Yeah, I do. Like,
That's a true collector, my friend. Even though you don't support the design, the Batman enthusiast in you is like,
yes,
I gotta
I'm gonna
have it.
get
I
it.
gotta have it.
I
I
know,
feel the same
because
way about Patterson. I would still buy that Batmobile if McFarlane makes it, even though I don't
Oh,
really
yeah.
like it. You gotta buy it.
because I need that. I have the garage already set up, like
Yeah.
of all the
Yeah,
bat stuff,
yeah.
Batmobiles. So, yeah, I'm a sucker for Batmobiles, though.
Hey,
Yeah.
dude, me
I
too,
love.
man.
Yeah, me too. I've got almost all of them, almost now.
The only problem is I had to put like some of them away, like the Legends of the Dark Knight.
That's an
Batmobile.
awesome one.
I had to put that
Oh.
one in storage just because I had to like get the 66 in there.
Well, I just focus now on like movie Batmobiles as far as being a completist. But it's like trying to collect every Batmobile from every.
No,
who they
I mean
make is
if McFarlane made that what I call Nightfall Batmobile, like that would be my cream of the crop, like my number one.
guys, if anyone from McFarlane is watching the stream, Rob D Toys.
And they're willing to
Next time I see Todd, I'm
$150,000
definitely
in
going
a
to
Batmobile.
pitch that for sure.
Look at Rob over Dave. Next time I see Todd at IT.
Yeah.
Sorry. What are you doing over there, buddy? What do you got in your hands over there?
Oh no, it's this is blue tack. Got a big ball of it. I stim with this and I use it a lot, but I stim with it. So
I don't have blue tack. I have white tack.
It's so nice
have
to
no tack.
stretch it. It's like it stretches like bubble gum when you get it worked in.
So Ahsoka, you pre-ordered those though, right?
I did. I did the bundle because it was $80 for Catwoman, the Bat-Pod, and Christian Bale.
I know, like
that wasn't a bad deal. I thought. Not the best deal, but it's like
it does look good. It does look good. I'm just trying to like only get what I want.
Good luck with that.
I know. I want this so bad.
I am in the middle. Whether I'm gonna get it, I like the colors better.
Yeah,
it almost looks like the translucent a little bit.
It is. No, yeah, no, it is like the torso.
Yeah,
and the
abdomen
me,
like
it's almost perfect. It said the logo's still wrong.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad that they fixed the hair. And granted,
the hair looks great.
I did my own hair that way.
Yeah,
like I painted it, and
it looks cool the way he like this whole pose right here. It's like, damn, I want this.
And I had a custom head sculpt made. Can't remember if that one was from Mudman or Customs by Martin. I'm pretty sure they both offered the same head sculpt.
The best.
Pardon? Yeah, they
are two of the best.
Yeah, I feel like Customs by Martin like would have a store in New York, and like it just like has Customs by Martin on the door, but it's locked, and you press a button to like get in, like it's like a gallery. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's the way I vision Customs by Martin.
Yeah, his work is otherworldly. Yeah, maybe I will pre-order it. Yeah, I think I will.
I'm this close to like pre-ordering that Dream Mum-Ra just because of the translucent. Well, I watched an interview with Brian, and he's like, we had to do it just because every figure looks 10 times better in translucent plastic. I'm like, thank you, Brian. That is
I love
exactly
how much translucent fan you are, buddy.
I am.
I like translucent parts. Like I like when the figure's like hand is translucent, or like
give us hand water Aquaman.
Yes, that would be dope. I like the whole figure though being translucent.
Yeah,
I'm stealing a hand off of the one Aquaman figure from the movie. It's already.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's just both of his hands stealth. Both for stealth suit, they both could pass as water hands. So I could have a water hand one.
That's good.
Did I just give you an idea, Rob?
I think you did.
Yeah. Easy peasy hand switch.
That's an easy little custom job there.
Heat it up, boil and pop, hand swap.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care about the black and not the black and white.
The glow in the dark.
The glow in the dark. Like that doesn't do anything for me.
This doesn't excite you looking at your figure like this and looking at
no
pink?
No. But what does excite me is the fact that it's like a brighter green and translucent. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The more comic accurate, the better is what I always say.
Here we have what's
Stoked.
this name? The Rival.
Yeah.
Stoked.
I don't know anything about the Rival, so I'm
neither.
I'm indifferent to this one. But people seem excited.
I'm stoked because for one, I like having more villains for Flash.
Yeah.
But on top of that, look at that tone of blue and red.
Yeah, that's very rich, very nice.
The only
I love
that. The only thing is the boots. The boots are brown.
Actually, I looked into your claim. They're not brown. They are like maroon, the dreaded maroon.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they should be like the same color as his shirt.
The smile's great. The head's
they seem a tad darker. It looks like Joker Flash, eh? Joker J.
Yeah.
But
now you just gave them an idea. A Jokerized Jay Garrick.
That's what we're missing so far this year, guys. We need some more Jokerized figures in our life.
See something like this, I'm like,
They need
who the hell is
to
that?
Jokerize like other figures that aren't just in the Bat family.
That'd be pretty
That's
Why
cool,
what
not
it
do
is.
it? Why not do a con exclusive Jokerized Justice League box set with the
Yeah.
already existing sculpts and just turn them into like they've all inhaled that Joker toxin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't like completely Jokerize them and make everything green. I think that
Make it like
I think-
comic
it'd be
specific.
kinda
Like
cool.
yeah, like
Okay.
they've all got the Joker smile, right? And their suits are a little bit different because they've just I don't know been in a battle with the Joker. I don't know, but yeah, Justice League Jokerized.
All right, next up, we have Cassandra Cain.
Cloth
Batgirl.
goods cape.
Yeah.
You know, this one I'm a little here's the thing. You
Look
know,
at that
Cassandra
meme.
Cain,
Let's go.
she's supposed to be a little shorter, a little like
Shorter,
you know,
yes.
a little ball of fire.
I know where you're going with this.
You know, this was a little bit tall. I know they're using the Wave 1 Batgirl, which is honestly my favorite Batgirl. Love that
It
figure
is.
so much.
Yes.
It's definitely that was a tall Batgirl,
Yeah.
and it's just a little tall. This is
Yeah.
like a grown up Cassandra.
Well,
Cain.
you can always
Better
Isn't
growth
she
spurt.
like, literally one of the shortest of the Bat family?
Yeah. she's
No,
supposed
I'm
to
gonna
be.
drill. I've already planned for that. I'm gonna drill into her ankles and set her ball joints up inside. And I'm actually gonna get the DC Direct.
Brad, you gotta make sure no one
Batgirl.
ever hears that snippet without context. You know what I
What?
mean?
What?
I'm gonna drill into her ball joints, and you know. God damn it!
My wife would call you a Rudy. You're a Rudy.
That's cute.
Yeah, and then you can replace the belt, right? You get the DC Direct version of this one, and you can replace the belt. The only thing is, and someone pointed this out, yeah, you can see the
Gosh.
holes where the old
Yeah.
cape used to go into, which is like,
Oh, I didn't even notice
Oh,
that.
right.
Yeah.
That's
if you
not
zoom in.
good. That should have been fixed.
Yeah, I mean,
See.
you can even if you fix it with epoxy or whatever, like and paint it black, it's not going to be the same black.
No, because that's like a plastic black.
Yeah.
You
They
could
don't really-
technically melt some black plastic in there and let it cool and fill the holes, though.
They should have just gone with like a new different
Or
scale
black
body
wax.
buck. You know, for the ladies, a little smaller one. That could be.
So would you have been okay if they used the Three Jokers Batgirl?
I mean, I still ordered this obviously because
Yeah.
you know I got to, but
Yeah.
yeah, that would have been better because like the Wave 1 Batgirl is just so tall, like it's just, you know, it looks like she's just so tall.
And she's not even really Batgirl anymore.
Yeah, I mean it's a beautiful figure, but I think the Three Jokers one would have been a better choice, but yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
I like her.
the cape actually looks like the best material that we've seen in a
No,
cloth cape.
it's still the underoos material.
Is it?
But what I want to do is what I think they should do. The material that they're currently using for their superpower. Make the capes out of those. Because it's not the ribbon material anymore. It's like it's very
That's a good
close to
call.
being
Yeah.
part. They have access to the fabric clearly, so why not do a run of figures with the
Yeah.
cape like that and then see what the public interest is? And if people like
Yeah.
it, then cool. And if they don't, then you've tried something
Yeah.
new. But I've never
Give it a
really been a
shot.
big fan. You can see look at the holes in the fabric.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never been a fan of that look. I want it to
Yeah.
look the same on both sides.
You don't want Wickaway capes.
Is that what that material is? Wickaway?
It kind of is what it reminds me of.
Like sports material?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm trying to look at.
yeah, I
Look
guess so.
away.
Yeah, that sounds like a science fiction movie where
Oh, there's some better
swing
shots.
away. See, look at the boots. That's the dreaded maroon
Yeah.
right there.
I actually kind of like that.
It does work with that.
It does
figure.
look good.
Yeah, it looks great.
I just
Yeah,
call
the-
it dreaded maroon because I don't like maroon.
You're right. I do kind of want to get this now to swap the head with the other J.
Yeah, all you
And
got.
I love the other J, but this is like
Yeah, because that one's comic accurate too.
Well, then you take Red Tornado's boots. Right.
Yeah.
So I got to put hands on him. I gave him gloves, guys, gloves. But
this guy.
this is like painted gold. So you just literally pop the boots off, remove all the paint, and you have red boots to go with him. Now, will the red match? Probably
No.
not.
Because that looks like a metallic-y red,
But
maroon.
you could take those pants, put them on the lighter red, which I know Jay Garrick does wear a slightly darker red, but put them on the lighter red from the first one with these boots, and these boots would much more match.
Yeah.
Not perfectly, but much more match the first one. So I mean, it's still doable to have, Buccaneer boots.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna leave one as is though, for sure, because it is a cool looking figure.
Yeah.
It's I know, now you got me thinking about it, honestly. Like it's
Did you not pre-order it?
I didn't, because I wasn't that interested in it until I saw this picture just now.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, damn, those boots are cool.
Yeah.
Like,
and the color, the color palette is fantastic. I love that. It's a slightly darker yellow than the original.
Yeah.
Let's see
Darker
what people in
red.
the chat are saying about this one. I want to make a custom with the helmet and an unmasked Jay Garrick. So
Yeah, the helmet looks like more
Oh.
chrome, and like the earpiece looks like it's gold instead of yellow. It could be just the lighting, though. I don't know.
It does look a little more silvery. Yeah, a little more chromy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone was asking about the wired cape for
Yes.
Batgirl.
Yeah.
Let's go back to that for a second.
I'm
sorry. There's more pictures here. I didn't even click do.
There should be other pictures than just that too. Or
Yeah,
if we go into the
Target
the white product shots.
Yeah, the product shots.
Oh,
like we go into.
That is a beautiful shot. I wish that Todd would share my pictures sometimes, but I don't take this. He shares people that take really good pictures, and mine are more thumbnail-esque.
Let me go to the McFarlane site real quick so we can get some better pictures of Batgirl. Yeah, your stuff is, you take great shots, bro.
Yeah, but I highly edit mine to make a thumbnail out of them. I guess this is highly edited too, right? I mean, the snow.
I would say that's highly edited.
It looks like it's highly edited. You got the exposure on that has been changed for sure. It's been definitely color corrected. The lights have been lit up. Snow has been. That looks like actual like fake snow though. They took a picture of. I don't think that's like fake. I don't think that's PNG snow.
The plastic rip grinds is amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right. Here's some better shots. Let's go to Batgirl first.
Hi.
See, that belt is going to drive some people mad, like purists.
Yeah.
But I think don't get me wrong. I like the double belt buckle better.
I do. I like this belt a lot. I know it's not accurate, but I think it looks cool.
Yeah, I think it looks cool too. But yeah, and like the boots are the same. It's just painted black.
Like, and you can technically steal a double belt buckle off of, because I've already got one just sitting here waiting from Batman of Zaranar.
See, this is the DC Direct.
That belt is perfect because it's way too big on her,
right?
Which means it will be perfect.
I mean, it was supposed to be big, but she like stole it from Batman, right? Or was that part of the story? Am I making that up?
Is that a thing? Really? That happened?
I don't know. I probably not. I think I made that up. Because it looks kind of looks
How do
like
you just make that?
I don't know.
Let's go back, Ahsoka. How does one just make that up?
But it totally looks like she did, right? Like she made a makeshift Batman costume.
So you're like, you just filled in the blanks essentially.
Maybe. I don't know if that's true.
Her origin. How did she
showed up in No Man's Land?
Yes, I remember that. That's all I remember.
I don't know. I could be wrong, but I feel like maybe she did. I don't know, because that looks like Batman's belt, and she's just
gigantic.
Those too big.
Now she's orphan.
Yeah.
I
love this figure still.
Carpenter belt Batman.
But wasn't that Recon though?
No Man's Land?
No, orphan, like that, like her dad.
Oh.
Her dad died, and then so she took up his name.
Oh, I did not know that. I mean, this looks like a really cool grown-up Batgirl. You know what I mean? Like the height of the figure.
But again, you can shorten her. You just giving her different feet.
Brad, you know, I gotta keep it stock, buddy.
And I won't go to that. That
it's still. I like it a lot, though.
I mean, as much as McFarlane's out of scale already, I have a ton standing together. It doesn't bother me. I mean,
you're right.
It should. Granted, but on my shelf, everything's haphazard. I have no rhyme or reason to any of my. Brad, you would have a conniption fit if you came over to my house.
Of course I would. You've shown me how you
right.
have things, and I'm like, that's
Yeah, I got a Mezco with the Mafex with the McFarlane all in the same, right next to each other.
That is, you can't know.
I do.
You can't.
Oh, I do.
Look,
I do.
I've got mine are for the most part separated by brand.
His are separated by year of comic release.
Man, I would if I could, but yeah, like I've got like my heroes are all up here, up top there.
Yeah,
that's like, and
that
like
cape
one of
does
each.
Look awesome.
It is. It's awesome.
Now, like just
cape.
seeing that, I want McFarlane to make the what is it? The I always forget their names. It's the Japanese cartoon.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
With the
hentai
Hawks or whatever.
Yeah.
No. What's
blue,
what's hentai?
Yeah.
Wasn't it like Planet
with
of
the white helmet, right?
Yeah. Chat. What am I thinking of? What's the
white
name?
helmets, like
the clear visor. They like birds.
Oh,
wasn't it Planet of something? Now I gotta look this up.
What do they call it? What's that kind of Japan anime where whatever it is? Manga. Yeah. What was the thing? Hentai.
He says G-Force. Someone says G-Force.
G-Force. I think that's right. Yeah. Battle of the Planets.
All right, let's go on.
Yeah, I would love to see McFarlane tackle that just with this type cape stuff. I think that would look awesome.
Let's get into. We've caught up in the timeline to today.
We'll keep that McFarlane website because we'll go back for more.
I just Googled hentai.
You're right.
Don't do that.
So let's talk about the superpowers figures. And you want me to go to the McFarlane site, Rob, to show them?
If it's going to show more, especially for the bug.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's important. That is important.
All right.
I did get
based on the images that you sent me.
From
you're right.
You're gonna want to see the box up close. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. There's a bit of a big giveaway in the back there.
Oh, I got it.
Yes, I Googled it, Jager. I didn't know what it was.
All right. So here we are. So February 1st, and we already have a new wave of amazing. This is probably one of the coolest waves of anything.
Very diverse.
Has done. Yeah. Like, holy shit. And Toysha has pointed this out, that this is pretty much Panic in the Sky, Brainiac.
Yes.
And I'm like, God dang it, Toysha. That was like I totally had forgotten about that.
I love Panic in the Sky.
I love how there's two Brainiacs.
All right, let's go through each
now,
one. So,
does this this might not have Sinestro on here because wasn't that like a
surprise?
We'll get to him. What do you think about this Batman?
I like it.
Yeah,
I don't like the mold. I think that head is way too small.
Why is his belt upside down?
I like the.
I don't know.
It's the Japanese manga style.
And things are upside down in Japan.
No, because look at the picture. They're not upside down. Someone cocked up when they put this figure together, and then they took photos of it. Cocked up.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But I do like the color palette. I think it looks nice.
The only thing I'm not digging is the white lines on top of the boots. I think it is, and on the gloves, but it is.
I kind of like it. I kind of like it. All right, let's go back to.
I especially love the upside down belt.
Then we got a freaking Brainiac, like classic, freaking.
The one we should have gotten like 35 years ago, 40 years ago.
They never did a Brainiac in the original line?
Well, we did. We got Robot Brainiac that if you squeeze his arms too much, they break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
but we never got classic Brainiac like this. No.
Look at that. This colors.
It popped.
And then remember how like they said that the robots, was it Jeff Johns that did he wrote it, that the robots were thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
They were like,
like
they were his emissaries. They weren't actually him. They
Yeah.
carried his brain wherever he needed it to be.
Right.
which I liked.
Yeah.
I really liked
Like-
that retcon.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it was
Was it?
really.
I thought it was smart to bring like the
Yeah.
classic back.
Yeah.
to
I love
tie it all
how
together.
cranial his head looks.
Yeah. Yes.
I dig it. I dig the cranial head.
I'm sorry, I lost the thing for a second. Let's go back. Okay, sorry. There we go. So that
We
is
might
just
have to-
beautiful.
We actually might have to just go to McFarlane's store website just to like see all the
Yeah.
figures.
Yeah, we'll get there.
I wonder if he's going to make bicycle shorts.
Actually, yeah,
for
let's
Brainiac.
just head over to the
Yeah.
McFarlane site.
It should have all of these.
Yeah,
photos.
it's pretty. There's not too much more.
Bum. I pre-ordered mine while I was at physiotherapy. I was sitting on the bike and I was like, "Oh, these are live. I better pre-order them now before they're gone."
This is a cute picture of Todd right here with his superpowers.
He's got his toys.
That
Adorable.
Sinestro repaint is amazing. I just wish
Yeah.
the
Yes.
belt was silver. Well, it's not technically a belt, but you know what I mean.
The belt area.
The Cassandra Kane
Kilowog!
spinning video is on the McFarlane Toys website, not the McFarlane
Yeah,
store website. The McFarlane.
Go to the
Toys
toy
website.
Look at how
store.
happy he looks.
Yeah, these are just
After
fun.
this-
This like,
He looks so happy playing with these things and pulling them out.
I mean, this is kind of like what you want, like
Ah!
growing up. Like, look at this.
Yeah.
It looks like something you would find on the beach if Brainiac had like he made a world like his own. They'd be crawling on the beach in place of crabs.
Dude, I will say that I saw the bug
Yes.
and the Brainiac ship in person at Toy Fair,
Yeah.
and that thing is amazing. Like the pull string that he's about to show, such a great idea, and the fact that you hit the button and it flies back up, it's awesome.
Yeah. And the figure goes slam off the bottom of the.
Yeah, but like if you look inside, you can see like where the trap, like the
Yeah,
the
I love
hatch
that.
is. It's
Yeah.
so awesome.
I love that. And this bug,
Oh, that's awesome.
this bug is not 100% scale, but it is pretty close, I think.
Yeah, and you'll definitely be able to put more figures in there, just like laying down and stuff too.
Yeah. Like the ones that are napping.
Yeah. Hey, I did that all the time in like my
I know you throw as many in as you can. I used to have the Bionic 6 van.
no, like
I
the
would-
Thunder Tank. Just pile them all
Just
in.
throw them all in, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now look at this.
Yep.
Look at this is a freaking Go label. Look at this thing, dude. Those
Yeah.
Brainiac colors. Ah,
Yeah, I love it. Very
So
cool.
I
dope.
love this
Very cool.
Brainiac with the cape and stuff. That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
the viral docs Brainiac. Was that his name?
I think you're right.
Is that how you pronounce it? Viral docs? I've been pronouncing it wrong my
don't-
whole life.
I
I've
mean,
been
dude,
pronouncing
I
Vril
don't think
Doc.
I don't think I've ever
Ken
said
Doc
that
Brain.
like out loud, but
Oh, well,
It sounded right to me.
yeah,
That's
viral
how I
docs.
always thought.
I guess you think viral, you'd think computer virus, and he is.
yeah,
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
I could be wrong.
viral
Usually,
docs,
yeah,
viral docs.
Viral. But this is just so. Oh, this is
Yeah.
freaking phenomenal.
I love how he tries to use. Side note: the white font that was used with the old school superpower stuff. I
yeah.
like how he tries to use that because reproducing the red, yellow, and blue, stripes is pretty easy, right? But
Yeah.
getting that font right is challenging because that's an old ass font from like the 70s that they
Shout
used
out
in the 80s.
to the graphic designers of the
Yeah,
packaging.
Yeah,
of Fun
fantastic.
Toys. All right, then of course the Beetle ship. Oh yeah, we got to go back to the.
Look at him
Yeah.
hanging
I
there.
know-
Oh no, it's stuck.
I know what you're thinking, Rob. Hold on a sec, buddy.
No, yeah.
Oh.
If you go, yeah. But there's also more figures.
Okay,
too.
what does that do? See the front there, the little gray thing on the front? That looks like an action point.
It does.
Un momento.
Do you have inside information that you're not sharing?
No, I don't think it does anything.
Oh.
I think it's just the thing.
Maybe that's how you open the wings up, isn't it? No.
No, that's the back, the button on the back.
It's got "I love New York" sticker on
Yeah,
it.
right on his
Mhm.
butt.
Oh, dude, that is nice.
That's beautiful. I feel bad
It
for the
might
people that use the
very well
popcorn holder
be
now.
the best vehicle.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so.
If this doesn't
freaking
win
cool.
a toy award, then I'll be surprised.
It's just so much fun, right? Like
Yeah. This is what's that word that's used? Toyetic.
toyetic.
People use that word toyetic. This is very toyetic. Yeah, I love it.
There is a box picture too. Yeah.
And let's face it, this is one of the vehicles that fans have been clamoring for years.
Yep. They're
Trying to
went
get
back.
a good bug.
Go the other way.
Oh,
The other way.
The other way.
Right there.
there it is.
Okay,
You
zoom in.
Hold on, I can zoom in. Hold on.
Zoom in.
Hold on.
I know
Okay, we
you can
full.
do-
No, we should full screen what we're doing here.
There
too.
you go.
You see it? Do you guys see that?
And
Guys,
also look in the
exclusive
window.
reveal
The
because
window.
of our
Look at
zoom
the
in.
window.
We got Booster Gold accompanying
Yep.
Ted Cord.
Yeah. Other known as Brent and Brad.
Brent and Brad.
Sorry, that's me
Sure.
and my best friend.
Oh,
Blue and
all right,
gold.
well. But yeah, blue
That's
and gold,
awesome.
baby. So we're obviously getting a Booster Gold figure. Superpowers.
I am
Yep.
stoked.
And
like,
clearly it's done. It just hasn't
What's
been
so
revealed
funny
yet.
is that, like, do you have people or Brad, like, that are younger comment on your photos like, I don't understand, this doesn't have enough articulation?
You know, not on these
Uh,
anymore.
I haven't posted very much superpowers stuff yet. I'm waiting. I'm going to do a gigantic superpowers video because every time I go to make one, more stuff comes out. So
Yeah.
I've started like 2 different videos and I haven't made one yet. So I can't say I've experienced it yet.
Because I constantly am getting like, not emails, texts or even comments in the pictures, and it's like, guys, you have to realize this is what we grew up with when we
Yes,
were
yeah.
kids, and this
It's-
is like
yeah.
a retro, and they're
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, I understand.
And it's not even designed for like younger kids. Well, younger kids, yes, but not like the teenage and like
Yeah.
20-year-old collector market in mind, really. It's us,
But, like-
it's just bogeys.
Yeah, like the 40-year-olds are like losing our minds over this stuff, and it's like, to me, this actually might surpass the DC Multiverse line for me as
Wow.
enjoyment, because I am loving everything they're doing. Because like
Yeah.
you said, Brad, this is very toyetic.
Yes.
This is so nostalgic, and
Yeah. And
they honestly don't take up a lot of space either, which is great.
no. Yeah. You know, if you had to downsize and go live in a motorhome because the prices of everything is getting so expensive, it's a lot easier to take your superpowers figures with you than your DC Multiverse.
And the superpowers figures alone are, I think, are $9.99.
It's funny because I personally I like this line a lot, but I guess I'm not that much into nostalgia. Because like
Oh.
I
Did you
not
not
like-
have them as a kid?
no, I
With
had
Locke?
them and like I loved all the stuff that you guys loved, but like if I look around, everything I have is very like it's all modern stuff. Like
Yeah.
I don't buy anything that has like a
So
retro
you don't
look.
have any Total Justice?
No, nothing.
I love those. I
did too.
I have almost all the Total Justice figures.
I think if I had more room, I probably would have more.
Well, Brad, you
like-
saw like my Kenner stuff and then my Mattel
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all like that.
Oh
line.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
because I love the 7-inch figures. Like the DC, to me, DC Direct is my like true collecting love is from them. So like
Yeah.
I think that's why I like that scale of figure. I
Yeah.
think. But anyways,
These are
this is
fun
amazing
because
though.
they're like
This is-
these are
dude.
pocket.
And I think what I love about this is that, like, for them to make that at a 7-inch scale would just
Yeah.
be like way too
Way
much.
too big. Yeah.
Like,
Look how
this
fun
is
this is.
perfect.
Like he's got even a trap door right there.
Admit
Yeah.
it though. You guys would buy it though.
Oh yeah, for
Come on,
sure.
dude.
Yeah.
You talking?
I mean, I would. If it was 7-inch scale, I would buy it for sure.
That picture right there, go
yeah.
back. It with him standing there is probably my favorite picture out of all of them.
Yep. I love Blue Beetle. I
Yeah.
love Ted Cord. When
Yeah.
Ted Cord got shot in the head,
I know.
I was
Oh.
so pissed. I was
Yeah,
so
I was
pissed.
too.
I was like, "You shot Ted Cord in the head, you bastards!"
But
Why would
I
you
love
shoot him. Shoot
Jaime
somebody
Reyes.
else.
Like I do love Jaime. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, but man,
yeah, he ain't no
Ted is
Cord,
like,
though.
Jaime's great, but I mean, he's got a freaking Steve Ditko designed costume for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you can't get more classic than that. All right, Kilowatt.
Kilowog.
Another a surprise.
I'm
big-
loving this.
Like this is dope. This is
Green
this
Lantern's
freaking-
my jam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
got
do
a
wish that
Kilo.
The greens were a tad more green though. I know some people like the more muted green. I like it just a little bit more
I
green.
don't mind either way. I mean, yeah, I would like them to be consistent regardless, but
Yeah, which they are, right? Kilowog here is the same color as Hal Jordan, so
yeah.
keep it that way, right?
Yeah.
Then
I
we
think
need
it's
it like
awesome.
we need a John Stewart Reed done in this color.
Yeah, so they match. I'm curious. What is the scale of this? Is this bigger than?
I would
Darkseid?
say, yeah, I would
bigger,
say
yeah.
Dark Side. My guess.
Like he's a big
You're getting a
figure.
good bang for your buck with this one.
Yeah, if he's the same price for sure.
Does he come with a lantern? I didn't.
I don't
Take
think
notice.
so.
That's the Canadian packaging, UKCA, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I have in mind.
I wish this had a comparison. That's so cool, though.
Yeah, no, he doesn't come with a lantern because he doesn't have open
Okay.
hands.
Yeah.
It's just him.
Ah,
But
so
you're getting a lot of plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. All right. What else?
Now, would you guys? I mean, we have the knees. Would you want them to at some point bend at the elbows, or just keep it the
No.
way that it is?
Keep it the way it is.
Let me go back to
Yeah.
Because you remember when Mattel changed over in their Justice League line? They had then they added the elbow joints and that.
Oh
that's
yeah.
right.
Well, they were better bending at the knees and
Yeah.
elbows because of the kind of figures they were, but these ones are like nostalgic throwbacks.
Yeah.
So I feel like it would be a disservice to the throwback if all of a sudden you started adding that articulation.
So Ahsoka, we have the gold Superman and then the Sinestro Corps. Sinestro.
Yeah. They.
The gold Superman's pretty rad just because like that was a figure that was supposed to come out right during
let
the
me-
original
Yeah.
run.
Here we go.
It was supposed to be for Superman's, what was it, 75th or 50th? 50th.
Something like that.
Superman at 50. It was supposed to be his 50th, I think.
So the only way to seem to get it is either getting this bundle or getting just the figure bundle on Entertainment Earth. So there is kind of a paywall there. But for me, like I was gonna buy this anyway. So
Yeah. Yeah. It was I didn't have to think about it.
I mean, that's a pretty good price, right? 3 vehicles,
you
7
put the
figures.
10% on that too.
Yeah. Oh, so great.
I don't
Like,
know what
every
I'll do with this
figure in the-
Superman though.
I'm gonna. He's like one of those like I have figures that are like the 75th anniversary
Yeah.
of whatever. This is the 200th figure of Kenner's.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Batman.
Oh yeah.
You know
I
what
love
I-
when Kenner did.
That's,
So like that's kind of like what I'm gonna do with it. I'll put it with those types of figures.
that Superman figure is the equivalent of them making, or almost the equivalent of them making the Green Lantern Riddler figure.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It kind of existed, but kind of didn't. So this one they made like I believe a prototype. It never made it farther, and then everyone knows the story of the Riddler figure too.
I mean,
Yeah.
I do wish
The
this
Riddler Hal
line.
Gordon.
I hope this line catches on more now that it's not a Walmart exclusive. I mean, I know you'll hate me saying this, Rob, but I would love like a death metal version of Superpowers figures. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, they
Like some-
kind of. I mean,
No.
they did like the
Yeah,
Batman.
I would love some. Yeah, I think the Batman would last, but like I would like a Grim Knight Superpowers Batman.
I
and,
would like. I would
mean,
like a regular.
I would
Luthor
be
and
okay
Joker.
with that, but please keep giving us like classic characters that
Yes.
should have been in the
Yeah,
like.
like Catwoman
like,
and Man-Bat.
I mean, he's done Green Lantern now and stuff. Like, I would love to see like Shazam and some of the figures that they already did.
Oh,
and-
Shazam with an updated head sculpt.
Yeah, and then
Dude,
like
I want like
Black-
Zack
Black
Snyder's
Canary.
Justice League Superpowers figures. You know? What I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
Something like
could-
that.
I would love that.
Well, I feel like this line is because this line is probably so much cheaper to produce
I would. Think.
that
Yeah.
he'll probably continue this line as long as he has the license now.
The only
don't think
thing I
he'll stop.
wish that this line had, as far as articulation, was a much easier way to swap heads. That's all.
Oh, you went through the trouble after
Yeah.
asking me, eh? Yeah, it
Yeah.
was a bugger, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I totally ruined it. So like, yeah, just
So
because
it's tough
like,
to
it
it's
got
tough to
too
pop
gummy.
these heads out. Like you can't.
That's
just-
what I
No,
said.
it's on a rod.
Oh, interesting.
Long.
It's a rod system. I mean, like if they were just on a ball joint, I know it's not like how they should
A
be
peg.
made.
They used to be on a peg though.
Yeah, I
just
just
a
wish
peg.
that they were just like a normal peg that you
Sorry.
that
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I do wish someone mentioned in the comments a Big Barda. Man, I would love
Ooh,
like the
yeah.
Furies, like the whole
Yeah.
new
Yeah,
gods.
Mr. Miracle,
Yes.
Miracle and Barda and Granny Goodness would be my
Yeah.
3.
Orion.
That'd be a fun way to do all the classic. I want them in 7-inch, of course, but like,
Yeah.
you know, getting more like obscure.
Well, he's not opposed to doing obscure figures and 3-packs because we got obscure figures.
So like
in a
out
3-pack.
That 3-pack was awesome.
Yeah.
out of this, like where do you think they would go vehicle wise?
Oh, dude,
From-
Robin
from here.
Cycle. They can do a
Yeah.
Robin Cycle. They
Yeah.
can do Superman's rocket.
Yeah.
Pretty
Oh, yeah?
easily. They can do a Superpowers Seahorse. They
That
can do
would
what
be
yeah, be awesome,
Storm.
wouldn't it, Storm? And then they can do really with Green Lanterns. The
We
sky
need an
is the limit.
updated. We need an updated body buck, kind of like what they did with Batman. We need it for Superman. We
Yes,
also
we do.
need it.
Yeah.
We need it for Aquaman because
Yeah, Joker
his
Bat,
head
someone
was too
mentioned.
tiny.
Yeah.
We need a short hair. A treadmill for a Flash.
Ooh.
Yeah, they could do that. They
Yeah.
could. And if they want it to be a vehicle, they could put the treadmill inside of a giant circle. I know it
Yeah.
sounds dumb, but they could totally do that. Meanwhile, it's like, why wouldn't Flash run with? That's not the point. It's supposed to be a toy.
Yeah.
a kid would like that. You know, a treadmill.
Or-
he runs on the
Or
treadmill.
no,
and then
yeah,
there's the
just
wheel
put him
turn.
in like one of those hamster balls.
Yeah. Oh, that. I think it would do okay. Maybe he'd do some wind up stuff. Oh, that'd be
I'm
awesome.
trying to think
actually.
like what else that they could like make.
Joker van very
Yeah.
easily. Riddler
trying
could
to
very
think of,
I
like,
mean,
easily.
what
obviously,
else?
someone just mentioned a new Hall of Justice or Watchtower.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
Yes. both
still
of those.
want a Fortress of Solitude.
Fortress of Solitude.
Yes. Dude,
Bang.
Fortress of Solitude, man, that would
Yeah.
be.
And a Batcave.
Yeah, I guess they have to do a playset first. They haven't really done.
Yeah,
a
I
playset
mean
at all.
the Batcave that I still use is from the Kenner one.
Oh, you use the. See, I was always partial to the
The
one
Wayne
from
Manor.
Toy Biz. I like the Toy Biz one.
I did have that, but I think I got my mom sold it or something, and then I got like the Wayne Manor, the original first run. Wayne
Yeah.
Manor.
Wow.
Man, I still want that Toy Biz one. I had it, and like I didn't survive childhood,
Yeah.
but that is
Yeah,
something
no, me
I'm
either.
nostalgic for. Is to have that Batcave again. You know,
Yeah, with
like,
the boulder that like randomly
God.
falls on people.
yes, it never stays, and like the guardrails. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Batman, has anyone told you your Batcave would not pass code?
No, it would not make it. It would not make it.
And on top of that, there's all that bat shit everywhere, getting everyone sick. Yeah, the Redbird car from the 90s. Someone
Ooh,
said.
yeah, that would
Javelin,
be dope.
Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
Duh. Yeah, that's correct. Arkham Asylum. Yeah, there's so many things. Penguin Submarine.
I see, Rob. I feel like you could get that '90s Batmobile in this line. You have a better chance.
I would take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the thing is, Batmobiles will always sell, right?
Yeah.
Always sell. How many has he done so far? He did one. Yeah, he's done one Batmobile, right? But he could do a Batmobile like twice a year, and they would sell.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we got to wrap it up. We're almost
A
at
Lobo
time
with
here.
his motorcycle.
Lobo Cycle, yes. The Hog,
And- yeah.
Space
Uh,
Hog.
Any final questions, guys? Thoughts, comments? We have a lot of great participation from the chat. today. We
Mira.
gotta- I mean,
Hawkman spaceship.
yeah.
Arrow car. Yeah. No
the
question.
Arrow car. Yeah, I forgot
The
about
Arrow
that.
car, eh? Yeah.
Got some
Yeah.
great suggestions from the chat. Like an Arrow car would be amazing, and the classic Batjet.
Classic Bat
Yeah.
Jet. Yeah.
Oh man,
Jim Gordon with jail cell that closes and opens.
that was very specific.
Does he
I
come with a
like
pack of ciggies in his drawer?
it, You know. Hawkman spaceship though, I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
The Javelin.
Yeah. Orion and
That
his
Manosaurus Rex.
hoverboard.
All right, guys, we got to go. But
We
great
are
suggestions. We are done, guys. I'm sorry, but friends, great show as always. Rob, Brad, looking good.
Well, one of us is.
Both of you. You know. Friends, thanks for watching. We'll be back again in 2 weeks. I think we
2
did
weeks
we do
time.
it 2 weeks ago? Are we consistent, Rob? Are we back on the
I'm
schedule?
pretty
here?
sure. Yeah, we're back on schedule.
Yep. Every other week
Look at
we're
that.
doing them. Look at us
I-
go.
I think we'll probably be another $300-400 into pre-orders by the next
yeah.
show. You
Yeah.
know, for the rate we're going here.
The thing,
Um,
they keep putting them out, and I just keep
know.
pre-ordering
Dude,
them.
and like the superpowers dropped today. Jeez. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Guys,
Shut
thanks
up
so
and
much-
take my money.
please. Guys,
Thank
thanks
you,
for
guys.
watching. Really enjoyed doing this, obviously, and appreciate the participation, the positivity, the fun, spirited conversation that we have. And yeah, that's about it, guys. We will see you again in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, guys.